'cause you can. You won't, and you don't stop. Oh, when you can. You won't, and you don't stop.
And a good Saturday morning, Philadelphia. I'm Andrew Salciunas alongside Pat Egan. Pat, good morning.
Hello.
How are you today?
Took me about 5 minutes to get my contact lens in.
That's
I was
fine.
To the left, but
you
you know
good.
what? I'm thriving now.
Yeah, you are.
I'm absolutely thriving. I can see clearly, and I can see that we are about to have a great show.
We're going to have a great show today, especially now that you can actually see, which is usually a good thing. No broken glasses today. Did you get those fixed yet?
Not yet. There's still time.
Yeah, you got a couple more years left.
Look, they only broke in October.
Yeah, exactly. You're fine. We'll be fine. You'll have them ready for next baseball.
I got a new prescription, and I'm ready to run with it.
Okay, that's good.
So
when is one of those coming in?
In
due time?
Yeah.
All right, they'll be here. Okay.
Let's just say some things had to, take priority over the glasses.
Lost a couple bets on the Super Bowl.
No, I actually did all right in the Super Bowl.
Oh, okay, that's good.
Yeah.
That's right. Still disappointed in you, but hey,
Still disappointed that I've had to pay bills.
You paid out. That's all that matters. How are you feeling? This is the first time you and I are doing the show together since the Super Bowl. We worked. We did pregame, and we were feeling all chesty. Rightfully so. Rightfully so. They
Yes.
should have won that game. They
choked.
didn't. They had a 10-point lead at halftime. Only the second time in Super Bowl history where you blew a 10-point lead at halftime. Falcons and Patriots were the other one.
It's the first time team blew a 10-point lead at halftime to lose in regulation.
Oh wow!
And if you really want to go deep with it,
yeah,
we're setting history marks here.
I'm still not okay.
Neither am I. I told this story on the morning show, and this actually legitimately pissed me off. So everybody knows out there, I love movies.
Yes,
love going to movies. So I went to a movie on, I guess, Wednesday, and the girl from the marketing company is there to check you in, and she's like, "Oh, hey, how are you?" And I'm not doing great. I'm not doing horrible. No one died, but I'm in the malaise, right? So I didn't want to do the whole oh, I'm good. So I jokingly said, shook my head and just said, they blew a 10-point lead in the Super Bowl. I just need a distraction. And she gave me a courtesy chuckle and,
nice.
Oh, all right, well, we're inside. Go find a seat. As I'm walking in, I hear the security guard that's there to make sure no one's on their phones and stealing the screener. He's like, I can't believe people are still upset about that. And I wanted to turn around and be like, hey, cool guy.
Yeah.
I'm never going to be over this. Never.
10 years from now, I probably won't be over it.
I'll be driving along, right? It'll be 85, sunny. I'll probably have Dancing in the Moonlight blasting.
Nice.
By King Harvest.
As you should.
And the fact that they blew a 10-point lead in the Super Bowl is going to creep into my head, and it's going to bother me for a little bit. It's something that you'll never get over as an Eagles fan.
Was this guy not a sports fan, the security guard?
He struck me as too cool for school. Don't people realize there are bigger issues? There's a train derailment in Ohio, and
which is really bad right now.
It's awful.
Lots of prayers.
Not saying it's not, right? But he's just struck me as a guy that's don't people realize it's just a game? I mean, I like sports. No, you don't. And second of all, we do this for a living. So it's not when things suck in sports, most people, it's that their job is their distraction from that. Us.
We have to talk about it every day.
Hey, 6 hours later, get back in there and discuss the suck.
It's you've seen Fever Pitch.
Yeah.
When he watches the
Buckner play.
The Buckner play over and over again when he's in a bad mood. We kind of have to live. We kind of do that every day because we come in here and we can't not talk Eagles because people will tune in to hear about the Super Bowl reaction. And if we're talking, Philly spring training for 4 hours, which I would love to do,
let's break it down.
People are gonna be like, I'm not listening to this. I want to hear what they're saying about the Super Bowl.
And this isn't our jobs are difficult. It's not.
No.
But it's like everybody's job out there. There are days where you don't want to come in. And when the team blows a 10-point lead in the Super Bowl the next day, you're not really irking to come in.
Right. It doesn't help
really
that
begging.
You and I, our only day off is Sunday now that the football season's over. But you know what's going to go through my mind tomorrow? Oh, man, no football. Oh, wait, the last time I watched football was the Super Bowl.
So here's the way I'm not justifying it, but trying to make myself feel a little bit better about the situation. One, thank God that I saw them win one.
Yes.
I know it was 5 years ago. And I know people are probably get over it, blah, blah. But could you imagine how insufferably miserable we would be as a fan base
it'd be awful.
had we not watched one? I felt like with the city, the way that we handled this loss was a malaise. It was kind of like how me and you are. It was like just a state of depression. Not really anger. We skipped that.
I've hit it a couple times.
You've hit the anger stage?
Yeah, because I get angry about how the field was. And it's not just the way the Eagles played. I get angry about the field. I get angry about the call, and I get it. There's other angles about how it looks like a hold, but James Bradbury held Juju Smith-Schuster earlier in the game, and it wasn't called, so you have to let the guys play every once in a while.
Yep.
I get angry about Jonathan Gannon's defense. Your boy, God,
I'm my boy.
I'm sorry that you lost him.
He's
Are you
not
okay?
my boy.
Did you cry when he got hired by Arizona?
Not my
Did you
boy.
cry when he called the Super Bowl a learning experience?
What?
Bleep you, Jonathan Gannon. I'm glad you learned off of my misery.
When did I become the Jonathan Gannon guy on the show?
I saw your tweet.
I
hope people realize when he's gone.
I think there is. I think there is a.
I follow you on Twitter.
I wouldn't know how you feel because I don't follow you. All right, I mean, we're not friends. We're coworkers. I do think there'll be right now we're going through the grass is greener situation with Gannon. I don't think he was bad in the Super Bowl. There's no denying that. Okay, but I do think that next season you'll see the defense take a step back. I say that because this was the best defense I ever saw in my lifetime.
Yeah.
70+ sacks. We've never seen that. So, I mean, logic will tell you they'll take a step back. They're not going to replicate that. But I followed up that tweet by saying, I hope I'm wrong. I would love to see whoever comes in here flourish and learn and grow and whatever it is. I mean, I don't think Gannon was perfect, but I don't think he was probably as bad as people say. But the last taste in everybody's mouth was, yes, you can't stop Patrick Mahomes in any way, shape, or form.
Any quarterback that is, not Tyrod Taylor, Daniel Jones.
I did the numbers. It's not pretty.
Yeah.
So I looked up.
Are you a borderline franchise quarterback? Come on through Jonathan Gannon's defense.
It was rough.
Aaron Rodgers was smoking crack all season long, and his one good game was against the Eagles.
It was peyote.
Oh, sorry.
So
what is he doing now in his 4 days of darkness?
I looked up the numbers. Did I delete it? I think I deleted it. Basically, it was like quarterbacks that were elite or even like quasi good. And I threw Kirk Cousins in there, but if you want to take him out, it gets worse.
Are you doing last year too? Or just
I did last year.
Because like Derek Carr.
Because that's the thing. And this isn't so fair to Gannon because last year he did not have
the
talent.
Defense sucked. I know.
But he played more quarterbacks that were in the elite echelon or good echelon than this year. But if you combine the 2 years and, as I said, drastic change in talent that he had, when he faced a quarterback that you would probably deem as good, his defense got gashed for like 34 points a game. If you take Kirk Cousins out of that, his defense got gashed for about 37 points a game. And this was probably an 8-game sample size. Brady twice. I threw Dak in there because Dak always plays really well against the Eagles.
And look,
I actually didn't throw Derek Carr in there, but Derek Carr, they scored.
At the time last year,
points.
He got a big contract.
They scored 33 points, and then that goes to the average. So I'm not saying you can't improve from Jonathan Gannon. And I brought this up with the biggest Jonathan Gannon fan on the station, John.
Yes.
Kincaid. The fact is we had to Google who all three of those coaches were when they got hired. No one knew who Shane Steichen, Gannon, or Sirianni was. You heard the rumblings that Jonathan Gannon was a future head coach.
Yeah, before he even coached it down.
Exactly. And
Which bothers me.
The Super Bowl doesn't. Well, it's the day and age of the young coach.
I know, but that bothers me. Like, oh, this guy's a future head coach. Like, how
the hell do you know?
How do you know? He was a DB's coach before? Like, or what? I don't even know what he was before he got hired.
He was an NFL coach with a team.
Okay. He was on a staff.
I can confirm that.
Yeah.
He was on a staff. Yeah, it's weird, man. Like the NFL now is like, let's look at two resumes. One, guy's 34 years old and he's been coaching linebackers, working his way up. And one guy said he really knows what he's doing. All right, another guy, he's 55 years old, 2-time Super Bowl champ, led top 5 defenses 7 times in his career. Yeah, we're not going to hire him.
Yeah.
It's just the day and age of like 55? The young coach.
Oh, no, we can't do that.
And Sirianni's part of it. It's like Sirianni, like everyone tried to get McVay, and then it was Sirianni, and I'm sure.
Yeah, and sometimes look how it works out with like Cliff Kingsbury.
Who's the guy in Cincinnati? Taylor.
Yes.
Not Press Taylor because that's the offense coordinator.
I know you're talking.
Yeah, but Zach Taylor. Thank you. Statsman Art hit me up. But like those guys, the younger crowd is ushering in. I mean, it's I'm more kind of upset about losing Steichen because I do think he was really important. But with that said, I have more faith that they'll be able to replicate the offense from last year.
Well, especially if you're hiring from within, which is Brian Johnson. I mean, everyone, Shefty already said it.
Yeah.
Like it's
came
happening.
on and
yeah.
broke news on this station.
Damn right.
No one gave credit. But yeah, I think they'll have an easier chance of replicating the offense than they will the defense because it seems like Nick Sirianni just handed off the defense to Jonathan Gannon. But if they're hiring from within, it'll be easier to do that.
Yeah. So I mean, look, ultimately, I'm still bummed out. I'm still not in a great mood. I did hit an anger stage. I'm surprised that you didn't. You of all people, because you're somebody that gets like you're affected by it.
My headphones are broken because I chucked them when Jim Schwartz and his crappy defense couldn't stop the Tennessee Titans on 4th and 20.
Yeah, that was when they were.
And I said, you know what? I don't need
nothing.
these headphones. And then about a minute later, I went, crap, I do need those headphones. But I think actually what weirdly helped me not get to the anger stage was the holding call. Because much like when the Eagles played the Saints in Chip Kelly's year and Darren Sproles had the return, you knew it was coming. Mm-hmm. Yes, you had the 2 minutes with Darren Sproles' return where they got all in a field goal range and ended your season. This was a little bit different. It was a little bit shorter, but you knew it was like, all right, that's the game. There's no hope.
Really? See, that made me miserable.
I was pissed, but I wasn't surprised that they called it.
Dude, I was at Chickies and Pete's on the Boulevard doing the watch party with Tyrone and Devon. And I was in a chair, and the call happened. The game ended. 20 minutes had gone by. I look at my phone, finally. 3 missed calls from Christy. Have you left yet? A text. I didn't even realize 20 minutes had gone by.
Yeah, I wasn't.
I was sitting there.
I wasn't like that. I don't know why.
Replaying. They weren't even showing the replay, but I was watching the screen, basically photoshopping myself, my own visual, watching that play happen over and over again. I'm surprised you were I'm okay with it.
Too. Look,
dude, I was in a bad way, man.
Now, when you say you're in a bad way, was it like? So I'm looking at the 7 stages of grief right now.
Oh, I went through it.
Okay.
It was number 1 was denial, and then I was depressed, and then I was angry.
Shock and denial, pain and guilt, anger and bargaining.
Yeah,
depression, the upward turn. We haven't really gotten that yet.
No, I haven't gotten there yet.
Reconstruction and working through. I guess that's what we're trying to do right now.
Never going to happen.
And acceptance and hope. That's never going to happen.
Well,
so for me, it was like
acceptance. No hope. The future's still bright with this team.
Well, I mean,
acceptance.
I'm in acceptance. Like Tone wants to talk about how the Eagles will be fine, and we will, and I think we all agree.
They are.
With
They're not done.
For me, I went from shock and denial, which was the majority of it. I skipped pain and guilt. I had a little bit of guilt.
What were you guilty of?
This is going to be
your fault?
No, this is going to be such a stupid thing to be.
It was your fault, wasn't it?
I got a haircut and I shaved right before we left for Arizona. And I thought to myself,
you're a married man, Pat. Why'd you need to do that?
It had been 4 months since the haircut.
You're a married man. Okay, 4 months. The Eagles were still playing 4 months prior.
It had been 4 months since the haircut. I'm in a green card marriage. Okay. And I thought to myself, me getting a haircut and shaving this horrible face hair that I have. I wouldn't even call it a beard.
Your true love?
I didn't want to live looking like I was homeless. Like I took my hat off to get my haircut and the woman was like, oh, geez. Like legitimately taken aback. So a little bit of guilt, but I pretty much went from shock and denial to depression.
All right, so it's your fault because you got your haircut. It's good to know.
If you want to blame it on me, blame it on me.
So I also have a question, and this is something for the audience. It's 610-632-0975. I saw a tweet that you and I were tagged in after the Eagles game that it shouldn't have gotten me angry.
So real quick, before you go into this, one of the first things I did when the Eagles lost, muted all notifications.
As you should have.
Because there was nothing that I could put out there to the ether that was coming back with, yeah, I agree. It was going to be nothing but, are you kidding me? LOL. So I was like, I'm not dealing with that. Because I would have been like you. I would have been like, this whatever this tweet is pisses me off. What did it say?
I literally started thinking, what am I going to say back to this? Like, what am I going to say? And then I was like, what am I going to say? Like, screw you, dude. Like, that's all I had to say. And then, I didn't want to deal with Chuck calling me, hey, why'd you say screw you to that guy? So some guy tweeted at you and I don't even know where it is anymore. But he tweeted something to the extent of, I feel bad for most Eagles fans.
I have it right here. Actually, this was the tweet where afterwards.
Please tell me, do you have it?
Yeah. So it was a guy named Kyle Derby J. He said, I feel bad for a few Eagles fans, but smiling brightly, thinking about delusional and overconfident clowns, which, by the way, as soon as you call somebody a clown on Twitter, you yourself are proven to be the biggest clown. Like, that's what I've realized. Delusional clowns like Pat Egan and Andrew Salciunas suffering tonight. So I responded. I quote tweeted.
Oh, you did respond.
And said, thanks for checking in, man. Appreciate the support. Crazy that we thought the Eagles would win. Clowns indeed. Hope this makes you feel better.
Did he get back to you?
He probably did, but I muted him because I'm not trying to go in the back and forth with this guy. Like, he's a jackass. Like, if you're going to celebrate the Eagles losing and be like, oh, can't believe you were overconfident. Yeah, dude, we were. We were the favorites in the Super Bowl. They were up by 10. We should have been overconfident. They choked. What do you want me to say? All right? This wasn't the New York Giants facing an undefeated Patriots team. They were 14-point underdogs.
Right.
They were the favorite in the Super Bowl. Why we were overconfident? Because
they were the best team in football all year long.
Why were Chiefs fans probably overconfident? I'm sure if you tuned in at KC Radio, they weren't fearing the Eagles. They were probably confident. You know why? They had Pat Mahomes. They've been there before. Like, you're in the Super Bowl. You're supposed to be pretty damn confident. So if that guy wants to tweet at us for his sad existence of a life and make himself feel better, like, that guy has no friends.
He doesn't.
He doesn't get invited to parties.
No.
He's the guy that walks into a room and immediately people are like, oh, God, when's
Kyle Jerkoff's here.
Kyle Derby J's here. When's he leaving?
Oh, Derby J. I thought it was
yeah,
Jerkoff. My bad.
When's he leaving? Oh, God, he's going to tell a joke. Cool, Kyle.
Cool, Kyle.
All right, I'm going to go this way. Like, that's who this guy is. Nobody likes him. He's probably got 14 followers. They're probably all bots. Nobody cares what this guy has to say.
Well, all right, so the reason why I'm using him as the example, that jackass, as you said, I don't get the whole, because I did the show leading up to the Super Bowl with Jamie during the week, and Jamie was getting texts from his buddies while we were doing the show. Dude, stop! You're too confident right now. What is that?
I don't.
What is our problem? Now look, this is going to be me. Now I'm lashing out. Is that one of the 7 stages of grief? I'm going to freaking lash out here. Why is it my fault for being confident?
Preach.
And like you said, the favorite in the Super Bowl.
Say it with your chest.
But why? Why do we have a problem with that stuff?
I forget who I was talking to. It was on Radio Row. It was somebody.
Media Row.
Local. Yeah, Media Row. But they brought up something that I had heard when the Sixers came in and did their little talk to us. And it's so true. We have this thing in Philadelphia where we just can't accept that we have nice things.
Right.
So it's like, oh, my God, we can't be overconfident because what if they lose? And then we'll feel bad. And, oh, my God, if we're overconfident. That's no way to live. I'm sorry.
It's
like
terrible.
This whole run up to the Super Bowl, and one of the things that's helped me, like, I guess, get over the loss or try to get over the loss is the fact that we were able to talk about meaningful Eagles football up until mid-February. Like, that is a blessing, truly. But the whole time it was like, I'm not going to sit here and be terrified about every damn team when I know that what I'm watching is an elite football team.
They went 16-3.
They lose in the Super Bowl, so be it. But I'm going to enjoy this ride because I don't get it often. Because you know what? Sports is miserable. Life is miserable.
Right.
But sports especially, 85% of the time, 90% of the time, sports sucks.
Yeah.
Let's be real. Now, in Philadelphia, you're looking at probably 97% of the time sports sucks. So when we finally get a nice thing, when we finally have a good season, and I know the Union and the Phillies and the Eagles, whatever, but when you finally get a run that is meaningful and enjoyable, enjoy it. Don't sit there and stare it off into the corner and be the lib snowflake, soy boy, I'm terrified. Don't be that guy. Because you know what's going to happen? If they finally win, you had missed the ride. You had completely just missed it.
Yeah.
And you're going to be sitting there at the parade being like, yeah, I told you so. Stop. Enjoy the ride. I'm done being fearful of the other shoe dropping. You know why? Because I have calluses.
You know what? Because the shoe's going to drop.
The shoe's going to drop probably, but I have years of calluses built up of suck from being a Philadelphia sports fan. and I'm only 33. The 40s and 50-year-olds and 60-year-olds, they're even worse. So this fan base has years built up of the shoe dropping, as you talked about. We don't have a trophy case full of trophies.
No.
So if you get a rare opportunity where a team in this city is good,
enjoy it.
How about you just enjoy it instead of you're being overconfident? I mean, if you're overconfident, then the sports gods they'll smite you. And you know who's really overconfident? Boston. You know what they got? Like 17 parades in 12 years.
Yeah, it must be nice. I'm kind of jealous. I'll be honest.
You're right, man. Like now I'm going off because that crap of you're overconfident. Shove it. All right, you want to be scared in the corner, all right? You want to be me watching Signs back in 99, terrified, needed the light on to go to bed? That's fine, all right? You do you. I'm going to be over here pounding my chest saying this team's a good football team. They were a good football team. All season long, they were a good football team. They choked. That's just the end of it. They just choked. Teams choke.
I knew I'd get something out of you today. 610-632-0975. That is the number to climb in. So we'll get to Tone coming up because he says the Eagles are going to be fine. And I'm with you. But I'm still pissed off about the game. I'm still miserable about the game. I'm still sad about the game. Like, I can't just sit here and lie to you and be like, everything's cool. But I'm also angry about guys like Kyle J. or whatever the hell his name is. Like,
he's a lawyer. He's a deadhead.
Forgive me for being confident in the best team in football. And I want to have a legitimate conversation with you at 610-632-0975. If you actually have a problem with somebody being overly confident in a game where, yes, as Pat said it, the team was the favorite, we need to talk about this. Like, why do you have a problem with it?
Can't we like nice things?
And don't give me jinx. Screw jinx. Give me an exact reason as to why you don't like it when somebody is overly confident when you think your team is going to win. By the way, coming up at 10 o'clock, I'm teasing this now.
Wow.
I went on a rant yesterday at the end of the show with Anthony. And somebody sent me a GIF of one of the Progressive commercials. Okay. The turning into your parents thing.
Yes.
I will explain what my rant was, and then we're going to dive deeper into how you're becoming your parents, all right? Okay. 10 o'clock, we'll do that. 610-632-0975. He's Pat Egan and Andrew Salciunas, taking you till noon right here on The Fanatic.
97.5 The Fanatic.
Every small business owner knows business can happen anytime, anywhere. The office, the warehouse, or on the road. And no matter where it takes you, there's one solution to help your business thrive. Comcast Business Complete Connectivity. It's the largest, fastest, reliable network with advanced gig speed Wi-Fi and cyber threat protection in one solution. Get started with internet for just $49 a month. Plus, add Comcast Business Mobile and you can save up to 60% a year on your wireless bill. And ask how to get up to $1,000 in prepaid cards.
Flight 291 is now boarding.
Yep, you're going places. And when you get there, be ready to do business. The complete connectivity solution from the company that powers more small businesses than any other provider. Comcast Business, powering possibilities.
Ends 2/21/2023. Restrictions apply. Requires EcoBill and AutoPay. New 50 megabits per second internet customers only. Equipment taxes and fees extra. After 12 months, regular rates apply. Gig internet required for gig Wi-Fi. Mobile savings compares pricing of top 3 carriers.
No, it's cause don't give up on that New Year's resolution. You don't have to. You can lose a contractually guaranteed 20 to 40 plus pounds in only 40 days with NJ Diet. That's guaranteed weight loss. NJ Diet has a scientific approach, uses your hair, saliva, blood work to personalize solutions and supplements that will help you reset your metabolism, where the side effect is, drum roll, weight loss. Then NJ Diet uses DNA testing to help you keep the weight off. There are no shots, no hormones, no surgery, no prepackaged foods. Ew. Full supervision every step of the way to make sure you're burning fat and not just losing water. Plus, you'll get the doctor's personal email and phone number, locations close by King of Prussia, Cherry Hill, Princeton, or from your home with live online video consultations. Contractually guaranteed weight loss of 20 to 40 plus pounds. Call 855-5NJ-DIET, 855-5NJ-DIET, or schedule your consult by going to NJDiet.com. That's NJDiet.com and lose the weight for good.
At Charmin, we heard you shouldn't talk about going to the bathroom in public, so we decided to sing about it.
When you're rolling Charmin, I'm just off on the party. This is most so roll it back, everybody. Charmin's irresistibly soft and hella nice. Our grip is always soft. It's our party vice. Please, so our kicks feel fast. So everybody wanna touch the sky.
Charmin Ultra Soft is irresistibly soft and more absorbent, so you can use less. Enjoy the go with Charmin.
At the Home Depot, we know the world is a messy place. Keeping it clean takes science. That's why businesses everywhere have long trusted cleaning products from Ecolab to take on the toughest messes. And now, that level of clean is available for your home. Introducing Ecolab Scientific Clean, a full line of professional-grade cleaning products for all your home's needs, so you can clean like you mean business. Now available exclusively at the Home Depot. How doers get more done.
Hi, honey. Happy first day back at work. Can't wait to see you tonight. We are so proud of you.
Daddy, we love you.
There are many reasons to start recovery. If you or someone you love is struggling with addiction, we are here to help. Call us. Our trained counselors are available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week to help. Your recovery is within reach. Call 844-REACH-NJ to learn about medication that can support your recovery. A message from the New Jersey Department of Human Services.
It's time to think about your tax refund. And Jackson Hewitt wants you to think biggest. As in, we guarantee you'll get your biggest refund or your money back plus $100. Who offers that? Come to think of it, nobody. It's one of the biggest guarantees out there and why you can't just file with anybody. For your guaranteed biggest refund, go to Jackson Hewitt today. Your wallet will thank you. When every dollar matters, it matters who does your taxes.
Meet Joe A,
Hi.
Joe B,
Hello.
and Joe C.
What's up?
3 everyday Joes perfecting their banking with Chase. Joe A is locking his lost debit card with the Chase mobile app. Joe B is cruising toward his new ride with Autosave. And Joe C's Chase banker is helping him budget to go back to school. Tools that help protect, support for what's next. One bank that puts you in control. Visit chase.com/checking. Chase, make more of what's yours.
Chase mobile app is available for select mobile devices. Messaging and data rates may apply. JP Morgan Chase Bank, N.A. member FDIC.
For over 35 years, we at Morgan & Morgan, America's largest injury law firm, have built our firm with the word more in mind. We have more than 800 lawyers and more offices nationwide ready to fight for you. And to date, we have recovered more than $15 billion for our clients. So, if you've been injured at work or in a car accident, you deserve more. Contact Morgan & Morgan today. Just dial #law or visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
At the Home Depot, we know the world is a messy place. Keeping it clean takes science. That's why businesses everywhere have long trusted cleaning products from Ecolab to take on the toughest messes. And now, that level of clean is available for your home. Introducing Ecolab Scientific Clean, a full line of professional-grade cleaning products for all your home's needs, so you can clean like you mean business. Now available exclusively at the Home Depot. How doers get more done.
The Jeep Wrangler 4xE. It's electrified.
Boogie, woogie, woogie.
So you can boogie woogie woogie up a mountain, over creeks, or boogie woogie woogie through a desert where you get bit by a pit viper. So you boogie woogie woogie back to camp and ask your friends if they'll suck the snake venom out. When they say no, you boogie woogie woogie to the nearest hospital for a dose of anti-venom and boogie woogie woogie your way to a full recovery. The electrified Jeep Wrangler 4xE. Learn more at Jeep.com. Jeep is a registered trademark of FCA US LLC.
Lowe's always has more ways for you to save. On top of our everyday low prices, pros can save big when buying in bulk. Or if your purchase is over $1,500, ask about our volume savings program. A pro associate can provide a customized quote. Ask about our volume savings programs today. It always pays to be a pro at Lowe's. While supplies last, minimum purchase required. Selection varies by location. Lowe's reserves the right to limit quantities. Volume discount pricing quotes are valid up to 7 days. Visit your local pro desk to learn more and start saving. Offers subject to change and may not be available in all Lowe's stores.
Listen to 97.5 The Fanatic everywhere. On Alexa at 975thefanatic.com, The Fanatic app, and now on Odyssey. In a world of division, we bring people together. 97.5 The Fanatic.
.30, 97.5 The Fanatic. I'm Andrew Salciunas alongside Pat Egan. This weekend's programming presented by A&T Subaru, where great deals are closer than you think. Off Route 309 in Sellersville. Shop atsubaru.net. I'm still in a bad mood, man. I'm bad mood about everything. You and I just went on a rant about Matisse Thybulle during the break. And the tears that were shed by guys like Connor Thomas when he got traded. And look, it was a bad look because people go, "Oh man, they only did it to get under the luxury tax."
Yeah.
He's not that good at basketball.
They weren't going to sign him.
Can we be honest with ourselves? Can we be real? Everybody just take a deep breath and think about this for a second. He may not have been a good basketball player. He seemed like a nice guy.
Yeah.
You know?
No problem with him.
He was a draft pick. Everybody remembers the time that Sam Hinkie had eyes on him. And they're, oh, man. Do you not remember that photo?
You're talking about, that was D'Angelo Russell.
No. There was a Sam Hinkie, Matisse Thybulle photo.
Was there?
Yep.
Okay.
Hold on.
Because there was the famous one with D'Angelo Russell where he's like staring at him.
Hold on.
Matisse. I don't remember that. I got to be honest.
Right here. Come here.
I believe it. No, I believe it. I'm looking it up myself.
Bald head Sam.
Oh, okay. This is like post-Sixer Sam.
No, because Markelle Fultz was still on the team.
Yeah, but Sam was gone at that point.
But there was people found this weird photo where his eyes were on Matisse the entire time. And they're like, oh, man. Oh, maybe Matisse Thybulle is who Sam Hinkie actually wanted. But they got rid of Sam Hinkie because Brian Colangelo, blah, blah, blah. Sam Hinkie didn't have a direction either. Let's be honest there. There's a lot of things that we might need to, think about.
Have a hard conversation about. I'm a big Sam Hinkie fan.
Me too.
I like the process.
Me too. I was pro-process.
I would do the process 10 out of 10 times. The execution of it was horrible.
It was not good.
And a prime example of that probably would have been looking at a guy like Sam Hinkie's draft history. Because it was not good.
Yeah, he had top 5 picks.
It was rough.
Over and over again.
I mean, you trade for Nerlens Noel, and you draft Michael Carter-Williams. The good thing was he flipped Michael Carter. Like, he realized Michael Carter-Williams was overvalued.
Yes.
Fine. But let's not forget about the Joel Embiid and then the trading for Dario Saric and local wannabe experts making Dario Saric out to be the next great point power forward in the league. This vision, all because we were worried he wasn't going to come over here. That's all it was. It was like, hey, he's dropping in the draft because he's staying over in Serbia for 2 years or Croatia for 2 years. And, oh, my God, the legend of Dario and Dario coming over. And I remember talking to a couple of people. One of them was Devon Givens, who's forgotten more basketball than I'll ever know.
Right.
He's like, I got to be honest, man, I think he's a bench piece. And you say that at the time to these nerds that will go out and, bow at the altar of Rocco. And they were like, you're an idiot. You don't know what you're talking about. Dario Saric is the truth. He's amazing. Dario. And it was like, where's Dario now? Dario's a bench piece.
Yes. And a nice bench piece.
It's gross.
But the way people acted, like he was, like you said, he was going to be the next big stretch four.
I'm looking at KJ McDaniels.
He sucked.
Jeremy Grant, who's a good player, but they traded too early. That was a Colangelo move.
That was the Ilyasova trade.
Somebody named Russ Smith. Don't remember that.
Oh, wow.
Vasily Micic, who you want to talk about Dario, waiting for Dario to come over, waiting for Vasily Micic to come over for about
I don't think the Sixers
6
even
years.
have the rights of him.
They don't. They traded him to OKC, and then OKC was looking for a trade partner. And then some guy whose name I can't even think of. I don't know how to pronounce that. He never came over. Jahlil Okafor. The only reason you drafted Jahlil Okafor was because they wanted to draft Porzingis. Porzingis would not work out for the Sixers because of Sam
Hinkie.
Willie Hernan Gomez, who ended up getting traded.
Yep.
Rashawn Holmes, who they gave up too early on. JP Tokoto.
Yeah.
How could you forget about him?
Kentucky?
No, I think he was UNC.
Oh, okay.
But he was UNC.
He was
a blue blood school.
Excuse me, you skipped a name. Show a little respect.
Okay. Okay. We're going to show respect to this guy who was traded to Sacramento, all because he's Lithuanian. But go ahead.
Arturas Gudaitis. Come on, man. Big part of that trade. That was the Kings pick that everybody loved.
Yes.
Yeah.
This one's bad. 2016. Ben Simmons, Timothé Luwawu-Cabarrot.
Yep.
And Furkan Korkmaz.
Now, I think that was...
Now, that was Colangelo.
That was Colangelo, and the worst part was picks 24 and 26.
Pascal Siakam.
Siakam was 25. Or no, he was after it because he had 2 chances to draft.
Yes. It's gross. They have not, and then the next year, Markelle Fultz, Jonah Bolden. But, you look at some of the later names, right? Jonah Bolden, Timothé Luwawu-Cabarrot, Furkan.
Guys that we were obsessed over.
You're obsessed with because you want to find the diamond in the rough.
Right.
You want to find the Jokic. You want to find the guy drafted 20 and lower and go, wow, look at this scouting department. Matisse fit that. I remember personally being all Jonah Boldened up.
Yeah.
He sucked. Timotei was a prime example of that. Furkan, prime example of that. Like, you wanted to find these guys because everybody likes the diamond in the rough story. Everybody likes
Bridges fits perfectly. But we got Zaire.
Oh, 1A, 1B. I feel like it's 1A and 1B.
Star hunting.
It is a smorgasbord of talent. And, yeah. You know what he's doing right now? You know what he's doing right now? He's losing with San Antonio a lot.
Yes.
I'll never forgive Brett for that crap. And by the way,
I know.
I acknowledge the fact that whole trade was for the unprotected Heat pick.
Yes.
And the smartest thing they did was trade that Heat pick for Toby, because the idea that the Miami Heat were ever going to be bad for more than a couple years was ridiculous. It's a draw because
But that was
Miami.
the other thing. Oh, the Heat pick. The Heat pick. You can't get rid of the Heat pick.
Yeah,
like,
you could.
We just obsess over things so much that bother me, man. And I don't get it.
It's the fear of change, I think, a lot of times. Like the Heat pick, it's like the fear of, if we give this up and it ends up being a top 5 pick. It's the Miami friggin' Heat. Like, at worst, on their bad years, they're going to end up being 12th, 13th. You know, yeah, okay, they'll have the off Michael Beasley year where they get second overall pick. But like, for the most part, even when they're bad, they're good enough to not be all that much of an impact of a pick. So, yeah, trade that. But, like, you're sitting there with Mikal Bridges. You have Danny Pommel's from NBC Sports Philadelphia tweeted it out. And it's so true. This organization's failure to identify talent in their own backyard is egregiously bad. You look at Josh Hart, who was drafted 30th overall. Mikal Bridges, who they drafted and then traded. I'm sorry. Like, Jalen Brunson, for all the crap I give him for the Temple fiasco.
Yes.
An incredible player. No excuse, second round pick. Yeah. Like, teams are actively looking to give up second round picks. Yeah. It is ridiculous. The talent in their own backyard.
They cut Khalif Wyatt.
They did.
How dare they?
But the one local guy we get, Charlie Brown.
Yeah.
Like, how about you recognize, and this is coming from a self-proclaimed Nova hater to the nth degree, loathe that school.
How about you recognize
that Villanova puts out pros in the NBA?
Right.
All right? Like, they're mediocre players that have scraped and clawed their way in the Archidiakonos end up having 10-year careers. So how about in the second round, instead of drafting, who was the guy? Who was the Lithuanian guy?
Hey, that's disrespectful. Arturas Gudaitis.
Instead of drafting Arturas Gudaitis, how about you do actually draft the guy who plays in your own friggin' building for once?
Yes.
I don't care that he's 24 years old. I don't care that you'll put him in Delaware with Mac McClung. Put him in Delaware for a year. Let him claw his way into the league.
Yeah.
Sick of it.
This conversation turned because you're crapping on Colangelo. You're crapping on the current regime.
Because, like, Matisse goes out. He hits, for the first time all season, the guy has 12 points.
Yeah.
Because he can't hit water if he fell out of a boat most of the time.
And then people cry about it.
In 4 years, the guy couldn't develop a jump shot at all. He looks like me and you playing at the Y when he tries to do an offensive game at all. And all of a sudden, people are like, oh, my God, look what they lost. What did he do next game, Andy? Remind me.
2 points in 30 minutes. 1 rebound.
They weren't going to sign him.
No, they weren't going to.
Just trade him for anything.
Yeah.
I didn't mind if they traded Matisse Thybulle for 4 NBA balls and a $5 Starbucks gift card. All right? As long as you got something for him.
Now, listen, the beauty of sports is we do obsess over things, right? Like, that's why we are sports fans. And
I'm not obsessing over it.
No, we obsess over a lot of
going
stuff.
Down the Sixers draft.
You obsess over the Phillies prospects, and half of them, though, don't pan out.
You want to talk about not being able to let go?
Right.
I'm telling you, man.
Mickey Moniak and Adam Hazley, you're still waiting for their breakout season.
Hazley sucks. He's done.
But it is crazy. Like, we obsess over little things and make them so much bigger than what they actually are. And I don't get it. I really don't. So we just went on that rant. It had nothing to do with the show today, but you and I just started freaking out during the break just because of this Matisse Thybulle stuff. And, yeah, he seemed like a nice guy and all, but if he's not good at basketball, so be it. See you later. Enjoy Portland. Like, I hope all is well.
I don't know what it is about Australian basketball players in this city that they can't develop a jump shot in 4 years.
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
I'm not saying the man didn't try. I'm sure he did. At some point, though, your talent peaks.
But then there's the video during the break, during the offseason of him dribbling 2 basketballs, and it was like,
yeah,
Matisse is in the lab.
Yeah.
And shocker, NBA player works out by playing basketball.
What did dribbling the two basketballs help?
Had none.
I remember when that video came out being like, how about I just see a video of him working on a shot?
And people freaked out about it.
And I'm sure he did. Like, I remember saying at the time, I'm sure he is.
He's in the lab,
The idea
bro.
that an NBA player is not working on their shot. Steph Curry's working on his shot, for Christ's sake. Like,
and if anything,
Matisse is working,
if
but
anything,
I just didn't
Ben
want to
Simmons
see it.
should be our prime example as to why seeing a video of somebody in the lab doing something really shouldn't get us that excited.
I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to start putting out videos of me in the lab. All right, if you're looking on YouTube, you can see behind Andrew, there's a little studio back there. I'm going to put out videos of me working in the lab, turning the mic on, maybe some flames.
Yeah.
And you know what's going to happen? I'm going to come out, I'm going to do mediocre shows like this one.
No, man, this is the best 9 to 12 show on the station.
Waking Cake, baby. This is it.
Let's go to Tone and Glenside. Tone, what's going on, man?
Hey, what's going on, guys? It's funny that y'all talking about this because, I mean, you talk about Sarge, you talk about Matisse, you talk about Folks, you talk about Ben. That was supposed to be our team. That was our team with Joel.
Yep.
They all gone.
Yeah, it didn't really work out.
All we got left is the process.
But then, going to Fultz. Look, I'm happy for Markelle Fultz. He's doing just fine in Orlando, a town that it's like 7 people go to their basketball games. Right. He was not cut for Philly. The whole thoracic outlook syndrome to me was a complete fake injury to stay out of it. Don't quote me on that because I don't know. But
I got you.
Looking at the kid, you go, all right, he's not ready to play here. He was like 18. He was a child when he came here.
Yeah, you come to Philly, man. Philly is we know.
Yeah, it's a little different.
We're not going to let you come here and bull crap around, though.
Right.
We understand that first year, that second year. But if you ain't changed drastically by your third and fourth year, you can't get over Philly. You can't get over.
Dude, he played 14 games his rookie year, 19 his second year, and then people cry when he got traded, like they got rid of LeBron. And look, he's playing okay in Orlando, but again, it's Orlando.
But do people realize too that trade ended up landing you Tyrese Maxey?
Yeah, we should be happy about that.
Yeah, we should be happy about that. But I want to get to the Sixers, fellas. Listen, my thing is, I think we're going to be okay. And all Howie has to do is look at the 3 levels. We got a lot of free agents. But if we sign one free agent at every level, which what I mean, Hargraves,
mm-hmm.
then you go C.J. Garner, you see what I'm saying? And you go younger from here. You got to go get a younger a corner.
Yeah, you're probably going to draft a corner.
With that 10th overall pick, I think.
Yes, you draft a corner. You move down from 30. You go get 2 more picks. You change that 30th pick to 2 more picks in the second and the third. And we draft well, I don't know if we can get Epps to take a hometown discount. You know, I would like Epps to do that.
Is his contract up?
Yes, he has to he might roll out. But we got Blankenship. So, I mean,
I don't see him pulling a Ludacris and rolling out.
I'm not a big replace Marcus Epps with Blankenship.
Me neither. Don't let me go think I'm crazy. No. But what I'm saying is we have to get a little younger anyway, far as defensive players. Because they was a whole bunch of older guys.
Well, yeah, I mean, you bring in Linval Joseph and Ndamukong Suh, who, by the way, they played well, but, I mean, you can't rely on that every year, and Fletcher Cox is probably done. And thanks for the call, Tone. I mean, those guys are probably done.
Yeah, appreciate the phone.
Marcus Epps is a free agent, but look, Marcus Epps had a good season, right?
I think he had a very good season, yeah.
But
surprised me.
Okay, but did he have a season where you're like, oh, man, this guy's going to get paid on the open market?
No. I mean, so much so that we talked about free agents, and I didn't even know he was a free agent.
So I wonder if
I don't know football, though.
I wonder if he kind of gets like a T.J. Edwards 1-year deal. Because Edwards was a free agent last year. They locked him up early, which I thought was smart.
It was.
And he ended up playing really well. He might leave.
I could see them letting him go. I think that would be a mistake. I really liked what I saw from T.J. Edwards, but they have this thing, with especially with Howie, where he scrapes the bottom of the barrel finding linebackers. And like a couple years ago, Camus Grugier-Hill had a pretty decent season.
Yeah.
And I thought, they'll bring him back, and they let him go. And, Camus Grugier-Hill's like a linebacker leagues, whatever. But we've been so trained to have bad linebackers that Camus Grugier-Hill look great.
Yeah, right.
So I really don't know what my eyes are telling me, if the guy is actually good or not. I think T.J. Edwards is good.
The Angry Bird. Michael Kendricks. Tried trading him for 6 years.
Isn't a prison bird?
Yeah.
He's the stock bird.
Some stuff going on.
But I do think, Kaiser White, I think, is gone. I do think they want to see what Nakobe Dean has.
Yeah, you drafted him.
I don't think Nakobe Dean didn't play because of talent. I think that they were in the weird situation that we don't find ourselves in Philly, where they actually had 2 competent linebackers for the first time in years. Normally, I think Nakobe Dean jumps right in and has to play. So I think they'll let Kaiser White go. I would say it's a lock. C.J. Gardner-Johnson comes back.
I think so, too.
He's built for this city.
Yeah.
I do think that.
And he's going to get paid handsomely.
I think Javon Hargrave is going to cost way too much.
That might be true. But you got some money. Obviously, you got money coming off the books.
You do, but like if you let Hargrave go, and everybody kind of thinks that Fletcher Cox is gone.
Yes. Now you have a big hole.
I mean, you're throwing Jordan Davis in, who played 20 snaps a game.
Right.
And Milton Williams. So that, to me, it's like, well, with that 30th pick, instead of trading it, like Tone brought up, probably drafting a defensive tackle.
That sets up a defensive tackle.
So at least then you have your 2, defensive tackles for the next,
and a guy who's
10
not
years.
just a run stuffer, which is so far what we've seen out of Jordan Davis.
Yeah.
And hopefully that changes. Hopefully he gets better in the NFL.
And Bradbury, he'll want big money.
Yeah, I mean, he even said it during his exit little interviews with the the media scrum. He said they asked him, what do you expect? And he said, I played well enough to get paid top cornerback money.
I don't blame him.
And they asked him, what else is important to you? And he said, roster, which the Eagles have. But then he said, but we have a lot of free agents here. So he basically kind of hinted at, they're going to have to spend a lot of money. They might not have the money for me. And also, this team might not look the same next year.
I think it will primarily look fairly similar.
Yeah, I feel good about it.
I feel really good about them going forward. I can't believe if you would have told myself 16 months ago that I was going to say this, I'd be floored. But I feel good the fact that Howie's running things.
Yep.
I've joked about this, but I think Howie could probably rework some contracts and keep all these guys if he wanted to. He's so good at his job. But I think probably the guys you're looking that will walk are Sayamalu, Bradbury, Robert Quinn. You'll get a pick, or a compensatory pick. He didn't give you anything anyway. And Javon Hargrave just because of money. I think out of all those guys, they probably want to keep Hargrave. They'll want to keep Fletcher Cox because of the legendary status. But I don't get the sense that Fletcher Cox is. I think they want to keep him.
There's been talks about him getting released the last 2 years
because of his cap hit. But I think that I don't get the sense that Fletcher Cox has a connection with the city like Brandon Graham and Jason Kelsey.
Right.
And that's nothing. That's not a slight on Fletcher Cox. Most athletes don't have the connection like BG and Kelsey. Like those guys, if they're going to play in the NFL, it's going to be with his team. Mm-hmm. But other than that, you go down the list, like Andre Dillard, gone.
Miles Sanders is gone.
I see. I've said this before. I'm not closing the door on that. This running back free agent class is stacked. And there's not a lot of teams that are going to be looking for a running back or willing to pay a running back anything.
Well, yeah, okay, fine. It depends on what the dollar sign is.
Yes, but are the Eagles going to go out and draft Bijan Robinson 30th
I know
overall?
Everybody's fired up about that.
I don't think he goes 30th overall. I think he probably goes in the mid-20s. So you drafting a rookie running back to come in here. So that now your running back room is a rookie running back. Who drafting a running back in the first round I think is horrible. Mm-hmm. But your rookie running back and then Kenny Gainwell? Boston Scott's a free agent. He might leave.
Who's paying him?
But my point is, somebody might. I'm not saying you can't replace him, but your running back room went from pretty good to
Oh, Shane Steichen might.
So if Miles Sanders doesn't come back, there'll be at least 1 to 2 running backs on the open market that are good running backs that are left without a chair when the music stops. I'm talking after free agency, after the draft.
So you're signing them late.
Yeah, that's when they signed LeGarrette Blount in their Super Bowl year. There's Howie Roseman, and this is something that Zach Berman from the Athletics brought up a few times. He does a great job.
Yes, he does.
Zach's brought up that Howie Roseman wins the offseason, not with the first wave of free agency, but if you look at what he does in the second wave. And the second wave is after the draft. It's picking up a guy like James Bradbury off the scrap
right.
Picking up like an Anthony Harris when, it's like a week before training camp and there's nothing. And I'm not talking this year.
Patrick Robinson was a
Patrick Robinson.
I still remember Patrick Robinson
Chris Long.
saying, and I remember freaking out about it. Patrick Robinson said it, I think it was like a week or two before the season because they signed him late, that he was only 50% ready for the start of the year. And I remember being like,
how's that possible?
Oh, no. This guy's only 50% ready? Now it's kind of like Fletcher Cox not going to OTAs. What did it really matter?
It's fine.
It's fine.
Yeah,
he's a professional athlete.
Yeah.
He got ready, and
He's
he
not
had
like me and you
arguably
on
the
the couch.
biggest interception in Eagles franchise history.
Yeah, he's not me and you on a Peloton.
Yes.
Trying to just maintain the weight for an hour. No, he's a freak athlete.
He gears up. Let's go to Mike and Delran. Mike, what's going on, man?
What's going on, boys? How you doing?
Good. How are you?
Hey, I'm living a dream. Hey, listen, now you guys know me, right? I'm not a troll. So what I'm about to talk about, I'm not trolling, right? I'm not going to defend the guy. I know what his stats are against good quarterbacks. But, the people that completely blame the defense, is the number one problem for losing the Super Bowl, without that fumble and without that punt, that kick return.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's 21 points is what our defense let up. Do people think that our defense was one of the best defense ever because despite Jonathan Gannon, regardless of whether, you know what I mean? Did he hold them back from being even better? I had to listen to the guy who beat us on Friday, which, by the way, was way too soon. Cuz, if you're listening, just kind of way too soon, man. I just got over the Super Bowl, and I was just finally getting ready to move on, and I had to listen to that. Not cool. Anyway, that dude gave up his defense gave up 35 points. And nobody will talk about Spagnuolo like they do Jonathan Gannon. What's up with the hate with the guy? Okay, I get it, but he's not the reason. I wouldn't even put him as one of the top 5 reasons we lost that Super Bowl. Well, I just want to know what your thoughts are.
Well, so what would your top 5 be, right? The Jalen Hurts fumble, I think, is going to be something that's forgotten about in a week or two, and it shouldn't be. Now, that's not me crushing Jalen Hurts. He was the MVP. I forget who said it. Somebody said recently, might have been Travis Kelce, that he could have won MVP even though they lost.
Right.
And I agree with him. He played that well. Unfortunately, it's just usually whoever wins gets the MVP. Jalen Hurts could have, but that fumble I think is going to be forgotten about. And it's going to have to be reminded, man, that was a big reason why they lost that game.
Yeah, I don't even blame. It's weird. You have to blame him because he ultimately dropped the ball.
Right.
I blame Sayamalu.
Sayamalu's a big Sayamalu's a big part of it.
Third and one, you jump.
That's my 5. That fumble's 1. The punt returns 2. Sayamalu, and then the holding call that we don't want to complain about refs, and the non-face mask call when Jalen Hurts fumbled the ball. I can't help.
I think there was a different angle of the face mask, and it was the guy grazed it, and I get it. It could be considered a face mask because it turned his head, but it's kind of the same thing with the holding call, right? He grabbed his jersey, but was it really all that bad? So, but yeah, look, Mike, I get what you're saying. I don't like Jonathan Gannon's scheme. I never have. Going back to last year, I never have. And when in the second half of the game, when the Chiefs score on every possession, I feel a certain type of way.
And I'm not mad that he's gone, but I'll say this: he's got a head coaching job, and Spagnuolo don't. So someone's got to do something more.
Go Birds. It's kind of like Jim Schwartz for me. I'm open to a change. If Jonathan Gannon came back next year, would I be feeling a certain type of way? Yeah, probably, but it wouldn't be the end of the world.
I was pumped to see this coaching staff run it back because a week ago we thought they were going to run it back.
Right.
Obviously, they're not.
Yeah, but you know what's bull? When he has his press conference in Arizona and he says, yeah, I'm going to scheme my defense depending on the opponent. We don't have one set scheme. And it's like,
we said the same thing here.
I know. And he did have one set scheme.
Yeah.
For 2 years.
But I think he put his players in position that they were best suited. But I know what you mean. I
know you're sad. You're sad.
I'm not sad.
You're sad.
I'm not heartbroken, but I'm also not celebrating. There are people that are
legitimately partying.
They're those pictures of people on Broad Street after they lost.
Yeah.
Having a party. I think it was because they got word early that Gannon was gone.
Is it wrong for me to hate that too?
No, I hated it too.
All right,
it's dumb. You're drunken idiots. You don't care about the team. You went to a Super Bowl party to watch a Rihanna concert, and you went to watch commercials.
Yeah,
and you probably just bought.
Partied.
You probably just bought your jersey. You had to borrow it. You're an idiot. I'm sorry. Yeah, if you went out and partied on Broad Street afterwards, you're a friggin' idiot.
All right, so coming up next, we're going to continue the conversation about the Eagles.
Well, I'll tell you what. Mike brought it up. Top 5 reasons. How about I did top 5 reasons?
All right, we're gonna get Pat's top 5 reasons.
I did it for the website, for a little digital content.
Oh, is that right?
Digital content.
I had an idea for digital content. Rachel got very excited.
Get your page clicks.
Yeah, so I'm gonna do some digital content that people are gonna love.
Patty page clicks.
Hopefully. But also the becoming your parents thing.
Yes, I'm very interested in yours.
I will tell you what I went on the rant about yesterday. And I want to hear your answer. I want to hear Matt's answer. And I want to hear the audience as well. It's 610-632-0975. We'll explain all about it next, right here, 97.5 The Fanatic.
97.5 The Fanatic.
Breaking news.
Tax refund shock is everywhere. But what is it?
My tax refund shrank.
Mine too. The culprit? Pandemic-related stimulus payments and tax credits expiring. In this reporter's opinion, you need a tax expert.
Hey guys, Jackson Hewitt guarantees your biggest refund.
And tax prep is 50% off? Going there now.
50% off is a limited time offer for new clients filing at participating locations. Max value $200. Visit jacksonhewitt.com/50 for terms.
See DallasStillSucks.com for details.
You know, when the winters are mild, the deals are wild. Gary Barbera knows how to sell a Jeep cheap, not one or two, but a slew.
Holy Jeep!
$199 down or $199 a month. Your radio's not broken. Now, at Barbera's on the Boulevard, Jeep cheap Cherokees,
even new Grand Cherokees.
$199 down or $199 a month. You gotta get your butt to Barbera. Instant credit, come and get it.
Philadelphia's Credit Connection.
Grab that jar of pennies on your porch. Bring it to Gary Barbera's Cheap Jeep Land.
Holy Jeep!
You pay the payment, I say, $199 down or $199 a month. If it weren't true, I couldn't say it to you. Gary Barbera's on that big bargain corner of Borbeck and the Boulevard in the great Northeast. I'll say it again, so you know where and when. New Jeep cheap Cherokees, $199 down or $199 a month. Is Barbera the best? Boy, I guess.
All offers on approved credit. Plus tax 452.fee.
Oh, and yes, Gary.
DallasStillSucks.com.
Hey, it's John Kincaid. Why don't you join me and bet on pro and college hoops, hockey, MMA, and more with the Bet Parks Sportsbook and Casino app. It's got you covered. Parks is the only sportsbook and casino app that I recommend. And what I love about it is being able to bet on more than scores, individual player performances, live in-game wagering when I get to a game late. You can bet during the game. So join me. New users can get up to $750 in sportsbook bonus back. If that first bet isn't a winner, but you look smart, I think it's going to be. The Bet Parks app. You got to be 21 in Pennsylvania or New Jersey. Go to betparks.com for terms and conditions. Gambling problem. Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Hey, Sixer fans, it's Matt Cord for the Bet Parks app, the official winning partner of your Philadelphia 76ers. The Bet Parks app is fun to use, built around on what you want right from your phone. It's easy to sign up, great customer service, and faster to win than ever before. Download the Bet Parks app today. The Bet Parks app, the official winning partner of your Philadelphia 76ers.
See website for terms and conditions. Must be 21 and in Pennsylvania or New Jersey. Gambling problem? 1-800-GAMBLER.
Hey guys, are you struggling with erectile dysfunction and sick of the pills? There's a major medical advancement that has helped thousands of men and is now available in Philadelphia. Oak Hills Medical Clinic uses WAVE technology, backed by 50 clinical studies, including from Cambridge University. It's been shown to increase blood flow by repairing blood vessels. No pills and no side effects. If you're ready to put a stop to your ED, call now to schedule a completely free and confidential assessment. You will receive a free blood flow ultrasound and get something unique that produces powerful results in the bedroom in just minutes. This unprecedented offer is worth $600, but is free to those that call in the next 2 minutes. 215-302-9999. That's 215-302-9999. Guys, put a stop to your erectile dysfunction and get your love life back. Call Oak Hills Medical Clinic of Philadelphia now to schedule your completely confidential appointment. 215-302-9999.
You're going to feel a puff of air.
Jong's Optometry has set their sights on staffing up.
Try the next line. Hey, Kim, can you tell our 2 o'clock we're running 15 behind? Sorry, we're a bit backed up today.
He needs an optometric technician to keep an eye on it all.
Where are the dilation drops?
Indeed can help him hire great people fast.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. You can schedule and conduct virtual interviews all from your employer dashboard. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
Ray Magliozzi here for eBay Motors. So you ordered a new air filter for your car. You try to install it, but it doesn't fit. So you take a little bit off the sides. Well, it still doesn't fit? Well, you could try to sit on it. Or just go to eBay Motors and get it right the first time. When you see the green check, you know that part's gonna fit. Air filters, brakes, headlights, over 122 million parts. Get the right parts at the right prices. eBay Motors, let's ride.
My milkshake brings all the boys to the yard, and they're like, it's better than yours.
Spilled your milkshake? Quick, the quicker picker-upper. Bounty picks up spills quicker. And each sheet is 2 times more absorbent, so you can use less than the leading Ordinary brand. so you can get back to your milkshake.
My milkshake brings all the boys to the yard, and they're like, it's better than your
Bounty, the quicker picker-upper.
Doug.
Hey, listener. Welcome to Limu's Karaoke Lounge, where Liberty Mutual customizes your car insurance so you only pay for what you need, and the music never stops. Hit it.
There's an emu with a full-time job. His partner's Doug, but Limu's the heartthrob. Grubs and worms, that's what Limu eats. Gotta fuel up to save you money and hit the streets.
Only pay for what you need at libertymutual.com.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
Dell Technologies President's Day event is here with deals to power all your passions. The savings start now on select sleek XPS laptops and more, powered by 12th Gen Intel Core processors. Don't forget, special pricing on the latest monitors, docks, and accessories, plus free shipping on everything and monthly payment options with Dell Preferred Account. Just call 877-ASK-DELL for these limited time President's Day deals. That's 877-ASK-DELL.
Progressive presents Adjusting to the Suburbs.
I never thought about space in my cramped apartment, but in this house, all I see is empty space. The sofa and ottoman look like tiny islands in a sea of hardwood floors. I could get 2 ottomans in the living room, but then I'd need another sofa. I could tell people I'm into minimalism.
Anyway, when you save with Progressive by bundling your home and auto, that's the easy part of adjusting to the suburbs. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company coverage provided and serviced by affiliates and third-party insurers.
With one of the best savings rates in America, banking with Capital One is the easiest decision in the history of decisions. Even easier than choosing Slash to be in your band.
Next up for lead guitar. You're in.
Cool. Yep, even easier than that. And with no fees or minimums on checking and savings accounts, is it even a decision? That's banking reimagined. What's in your wallet?
Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com/bank for details. Capital One NA member FDIC.
Hello? Whether you're at home or on the go, listen to 97.5 The Fanatic on Odyssey on your smartphone, Roku, LG Smart TV, Waze, and more. That's Odyssey, AUDACY. Check it out now. WPEN Burlington, Philadelphia, a Beasley Media Group station. Official home of the Sixers, Flyers, and the best Eagles talk in Philadelphia. 97.5 The Fanatic.
10:02, 97.5 The Fanatic. I'm Andrew Salciunas alongside Pat Egan. Are you fired up today? I'm appreciating the clapping.
I'm just happy to be here, man.
You know what I used to love? This
should be good.
This is so random, and this is inside radio.
Okay.
Whenever we would have a big remote, when Matt Nahagian, our two-time ago program director, was
great. Here. By the way, can you guys turn off the slot machines? So this guy would be in a casino.
Yes.
And he would think that background noise was distracting on air. Maybe it is, maybe it's not, but it's a live broadcast. You expect it.
And
he would actually request, can you have them turn off the slot machines? I can hear it in the background.
Look, I respect that man because of how crazy he was.
Yeah, and by the way, we say this lovingly because I still talk to Matt. I love Matt. He's out in San Fran. He's doing his thing. He's very upset over the 49ers, and he's dealing with morning show hosts that can't get over it.
Yeah, that are just pooping their pants every day, crying.
Yeah, they had a celebration for the Eagles losing.
Yeah, it's really weird.
Yeah, well, if I had Brock Purdy, Trey Lance, and Jimmy Garoppolo as my quarterbacks, I'd probably be worried too.
Probably be upset. But Nahagian, when we had big remotes, he would go.
Yeah, he would.
And he would do the clapping. As we were coming out of break, he would try.
Let's go.
He'd go.
Let's go. He'd try to get people clapping.
He'd get all the audience to clap.
And it's understandable because when you're in your car or you're watching on YouTube, let's say, right, and we just have the audio, and you hear other people clapping, you go, that's the place. That's the place to be.
Seems like a good place.
I gotta get there. I gotta get you. Do you hear how many people are clapping for this product? I want to be a part of that community. And I gotta go.
And it's a theater of the mind, which is big part of radio.
Yes.
But yeah, Matt would do that every big remote.
Yeah. All right. Yeah.
Oh God.
Oh man, I miss him.
Not many claps anymore on our remotes.
No. Well, there's nothing to clap about.
I clap for you. You clap for me. I appreciate it.
90. Yeah, exactly. We're clapping for each other. Because if I don't clap for you and you don't clap for me, we have no claps.
You and I talked yesterday. I come into the studio to grab the stuff to go to Chickies and Pizza in Malvern. You go, every time I see you in that hoodie, I need to compliment you. It's a nice hoodie.
A good hoodie.
I said, you got a nice hoodie. We're the show that compliments each other.
We're the show that claps for each other. All right? We're not just clapping cheeks. We're clapping hands. All right?
All right. Moving on.
That's what this show does.
Moving on. So you gave me your top 5 reasons, or you're going to give me your top 5 reasons why the Eagles lost the Super Bowl.
I did this on Monday, and so to take people behind the scenes, we had a whole meeting with digital department about page clicks and page views and all that. And the person from the corporate was like very complimentary because it got a lot of hits. And,
oh, good job! Congratulations on your success.
They're like, oh, who did the top 5 reasons why the Eagles lost the Super Bowl? And I was like, it was me.
You lived to see another week here.
That was great. And I went, yeah, I loved writing it, like as deadpan as I possibly could. But in no particular order, I had Isaac Seumalo's penalty on 3rd and 1. It's hard for me to put a whole lot of blame on Jalen Hurts when that's so. You just don't see him fumble the ball.
No, he never does.
And the game that he played, I understand that you have to put some blame on him. Ultimately, he was the one that did fumble the ball.
And it led to 7 points.
Yeah.
It was a big swing because you could have scored 7.
And I think they would have. I think they would have been up 21-7.
Was not stopping them.
No. Chiefs defense sucked. But I think they would have been up 21-7, and they would have been rolling. And instead, it's a 14-point swing. But Isaac Seumalo's penalty on 3rd and 1, with this team's ability to pick up the first down, I can't tell you how done I am with Isaac Seumalo. I know he's not as bad as I make him out to be, but I'm done with Isaac Seumalo.
There are some things that you and I see eye to eye on, and Isaac Seumalo's been one of those and I know he had a better year this year.
He did.
Than years past. He's probably going to get paid soon. Is he free agent this year?
He's a free agent, and his market value is insane.
I'm not paying
Some
him.
team's going to make a mistake and give him $14 million.
And it's like the Vitae thing. Like Vitae got paid a lot of money, and
that's fine.
Good for him. He was a big part of the Eagles Super Bowl.
Give me Cam Jurgens.
Yeah.
And this isn't just the penalty on 3rd and 1. That entire drive, if you go back and look at it, he was brutal. He was giving up assignments which would force Jalen Hurts out of the pocket. Like, he was bad on that drive.
He was bad against the Niners early on, too. Now, I get it. The Niners have a great defense, great pass rush, but there was guys that were just going right up the middle, and Seumalo he's doing this thing.
That's what he does every time. It was like
looking around.
It was like Jalen Hurts would get hit, and you'd see Isaac Seumalo turn around like, was that my guy?
Oh, my bad.
Yeah, I get it. Jeff Stoutland, who I love and adore, and everybody, he's probably the smartest offensive lineman we have. I don't care. Like, you can be as smart as hell, but at some point you do have to produce.
Yes.
There are a lot of dumb football players out there. There are a lot of idiots out there. Brett Favre didn't know what, like, a cover 2 defense was for the first 17 years of his career. He was an idiot. You know what he was? He was talented.
Yes.
Like, Isaac Seumalo could be a world-beating genius, okay? He could be Mensa-level smart on a football field. But when it comes to actually doing the job, we can move on. The second reason I had was no pressure. And this wasn't just for the Eagles, but, it was both teams. When you have a Super Bowl where there is one sack, and that one sack was because Jalen Hurts ran out of bounds 1 yard behind the line of scrimmage, so it really wasn't. It wasn't like he got hit.
I love sacks.
I do. I love sacks. I'm a big sack guy. Okay, I love when I see them, and I love when they're big and they blown up. And we didn't see that in the Super Bowl.
Didn't see those, no.
You're expecting a defense to have 70-plus sacks to get to the quarterback. They didn't. Clearly, there was something going on with the turf because, as I said, it was both teams, but the lack of pressure.
Yeah, screw you, George Toma.
Yeah. Dude, you're 98 years old.
I can't believe I know the name of a grounds crew guy.
It's insane. You know what? We need to put him on an iceberg and just push.
Yeah.
Push him out. He had a good run. No pressure on the quarterback. Killed them because Pat Mahomes on one leg.
70 sacks.
He could have sat back there in a lawn chair.
0 in the Super Bowl.
Yeah. Kadarius Toney's punt return. I don't blame the defense for giving up points on that drive. What I blame the defense, though, for, and we'll get into it later, is something else. But the Kadarius Toney punt return set this all up for them to, like, the way that the Chiefs are rolling, you're like, they're going to end up.
And that was just an awful punt by Sipos. He's another guy. Goodbye.
Yeah, kick rocks.
Yeah, I don't need you anymore. I saw him. Oh, dude, there was a tweet. Who was it? I think it was somebody on the Eagles, maybe. Somebody tweeted out, like, a lot of people who don't know football talk too much, something like that. And Sipos responded with, yeah, man, I hear you on that one. And part of me goes, he probably got a lot of crap for the punt.
Yeah.
It was a bad punt.
Yeah.
You're a punter, period. Let's just leave it at that. Like,
mute notifications, dude.
Like, you don't need to talk smack.
You see that?
I'll find
They'll
it
put a
for you.
buffer. Yeah, we can move on from it. We haven't had a good punter in years.
Donnie Jones, bag of bones, bro.
That was the last one that I liked. Look, this was my big problem with Jonathan Gannon and his defense. Untouched touchdowns. When you have Sky freaking Moore walking into the end zone, Andy, he could have gotten down and barrel rolled into the end zone. He was so open. Mm-hmm. And it happened multiple times in this game where there were untouched touchdowns. And on that play, after the punt
drives,
return, if the defense had held them to a field goal, I would have praised the defense.
Yes,
because when Kadarius Toney has a punt return like that, you're expecting to give up points.
5.
When it is third down and you're on the verge of having a stop, and then you give up an untouched touchdown, it's inexcusable. And then the final one was the coaching staff. They choked, and I'm not just talking about Jonathan Gannon. I'm talking about all of them. Nick Sirianni not getting, I guess, into Jonathan Gannon's ear and being like, "Dude, change things up." I thought the entire coaching staff came up short in the second half. I don't know if they were popping champagne at halftime with Riri or what, but they choked. A big part of it is Jonathan Gannon, because you can't ignore the fact that you didn't have one stop in the second half. But it also goes to the penalties. They had 6 compared to 3 with the Chiefs. Costly penalties, like the Isaac Seumalo one we talked about.
The hold.
They picked an inopportune time to have, I think, for the first 2 in 2 years where they couldn't get a play in time. I
remember Jamie brought up that stat.
The one, so we blame Jamie for this ultimately, but the one ended up being a penalty. The other, they had to use a timeout on it. Like, Nick Sirianni and company choked, and Andy Reid just flat out outcoached them. So those are my top 5. It was coaching staff choked, untouched touchdowns, Kadarius Toney punt return, no pressure on the quarterback, and Isaac Seumalo's penalty on 3rd and 1. And if you want to blame the quarterbacks in the field, I put this.
Well, the field goes with the no pressure, because that's look. How many times did you see Hassan Reddick and Brandon Graham coming off the edge and slipping?
All the time.
All the time. I mean, that's part of it.
Yeah, I put it. I didn't blame the refs, although you could certainly add the holding call.
No, the refs are not to blame, but you can't say that play did not impact the result of the game.
Oh, when that play happened, it was this game's over.
Was over.
It sucked, but when it happened, because the throw was so uncatchable, when a flag came in, I was not surprised.
Yeah, it wasn't even close.
Now, when I saw the penalty that was called, I went, "Oh my God, you've got it! It was that? Like, that's ticky-tack." When you've got the color commentator ripping the call,
right?
That's pretty telling.
Look, I got to give Greg Olsen credit.
I like Greg
Olsen.
He's
obviously a lot of those guys are for the Shield. And there's Mike Pereira going, well, it was a penalty.
By the way, I'm so done with hearing from Mike Pereira, Dean Blandino. It's even when they give me good news, they have the most punchable faces.
Yes.
This is coming from a guy that has a punchable face, so I get their plight.
Now, I will say, Mike Pereira, even though I'm saying shut up here, nice man. I've had the chance to talk to him.
Well, then
Dean Blandino, he's what you think he is.
Oh, Dean Blandino is a scuzzy used car salesman.
Yes.
Will remind you that he hooked up with your girlfriend.
Yeah. Whereas
in
Mike
reality,
Pereira,
he probably didn't.
Actually a nice man. I've had the chance to talk to him a couple of times. Dynamite dude.
Dean Blandino strikes me as a guy that he texts women a little too frequently and doesn't get the hint, if you know what I mean. They have to eventually
Sounds like me my freshman year of college.
Yeah, exactly. You have to eventually block the person.
By the way, I found the tweet, which was deleted.
Oh.
Zach Pascal was the one that tweeted out something to the extent of people don't know what they're talking about. To which Aaron Sitbos responded with you on that.
Okay.
And this was the day after the Super Bowl.
See, that strikes me as a I'm here too guy.
And it's like, yo, Sitbos.
Like, Zach Pascal probably doesn't even know who Sitbos is.
Sitbos, that was a bad punt, dude. Just leave it at that. It's okay. Own up to it.
Yeah. That's all you have to do.
Now, a lot of people responded to his tweet.
That's probably why I was deleted.
Ripping them. No, Sitbos didn't delete it. Pascal deleted it.
Okay.
Because they were probably like, yo, dude, you can't crush the fans the day after the Super Bowl.
Not in this city.
Yeah.
It's not going to go well.
Let's go to Rel in Blackwood. Rel, what's going on, man?
Cousin Tunis, Pat. Good morning, gentlemen.
How you
doing? Doing all right, man. I'm still reeling pretty bad. So trying to take it one day at a time. I'll tell you one thing, man. That Seumalo false start, I might actually have to get professional help because I've seen it in my dreams Sunday night, Monday night, and Tuesday night. Just now kind of I don't even want to say getting over it, but
and then you hear it again, and you're right back to square one.
I'm sorry, Rel. I'm sorry,
Well, what
man.
do you expect? It's what we do for a living. We talk about it.
I know, but I didn't mean to put Rel in a bad place.
no, Pat, because you made a point that I've been, saying for like the last 2 years. I have not been I'm a big offensive line guy, and Salciunas has never done it for me, not like even in the slightest. I think he was good enough where he could be on right guard, and then you benefit around by playing next to a lane, or when JP was here, you put him next to Peters, so benefit from that.
Yeah, you know what he is? Rel, you know what he is? He's Kerry Williams, okay? He's really he's serviceable because he's surrounded by studs. But if you actually pay him to be a number one guy, I'm telling you,
what about Byron Maxwell?
Yeah, he's Byron Maxwell, Kerry Williams, Trey Burton. Like,
hey, I had him on last week.
Respect
all
to
right?
Trey. Respect to Trey. Thank you for your service. But when it comes down to it, it's like some team is going to overpay Isaac Salciunas, and he is going to suck.
Well, I think he'll ultimately end up with Steichen on the Colts because they'll have the money to do it, and they need offensive line help in the worst way. They traded for Matt Pryor from us, who, in my opinion, was the worst offensive lineman to ever play for the Eagles in almost history. So I think that they'll end up...
Congratulations, Matt Pryor.
Yeah, he's worse. I like watching him play football gave me aneurysms. It was the absolute worst. But ultimately, I think that the false start really is what shot us in the foot there. And then
here's the thing. I agree with everyone because, like Pat said, you're getting that first down 99.9% of the time. But then he didn't cause the fumble the next play. He's the reason.
But he backs him up 5 yards.
Yeah,
so they have to do
it's the
that
domino
play.
effect. So he deserves he deserves to get criticized. He does, and we appreciate the call, Rel.
And in fairness,
I can't say it's his fault that Hurts dropped the ball.
In fairness, it led to it. And that's it. Like you have to put onus on Jalen Hurts.
It's the chicken and the egg thing.
You absolutely have to put some blame on Jalen Hurts for it because ultimately he dropped the ball.
I can't go, damn you, Isaac Salciunas. Hurts fumbled because of you.
I'll be like full transparency here. Okay. If it was Jason Kelce, if it was Jordan Mailata, if it was Lane Johnson,
you go, damn.
If it was Landon Dickerson, I'm not putting any blame.
But because it's Salciunas.
Because it's Salciunas and I've seen him routinely screw up, he is the worst of an incredible bunch. And there's something to be said about that. Okay, there is. But as Rel talked about, he's been hidden by great players in his career. When you're next to Jason Peters and Jason Kelce.
Yeah, you're in the middle of those two.
Like, you're protected. You're pretty good. I'm not saying that he is not a NFL player. He is.
But he wasn't
And
Brandon
let me tell you,
Brooks.
he's going to get paid.
Yeah.
All right? Isaac Salciunas is going to be just fine. With that said,
we don't have to worry about his financials.
I'm not defending Isaac Salciunas. Like, I never did. I never liked him. I'm done. But
I hated that he was the center of the future.
And I thought he played better this season at right guard than he did left guard. Like, I actually thought he filled in pretty well at right guard for the most part. There wasn't a lot of plays. He wasn't. And there weren't a lot of plays this season where I was like, man, Isaac Salciunas was getting torched. I think that had to do a lot with
Lane Johnson.
With Lane Johnson. Yeah, I mean, like, but with that said, dude, like that was inexcusable. And it would have been hard for them to pick up the first down anyway because now you go from 3rd and 1 to 3rd and 6. So it wouldn't have been a foregone conclusion they picked up the first down anyway. It's just a momentum killer. You're driving, and the Eagles did exactly what we wanted them to do that entire Super Bowl in the first half. We talked about in the pregame, long, sustained drives where you see Pat Mahomes on the sideline pacing, going, when can I get on the field? Pat Mahomes only threw for like 90 yards?
87 yards.
The reason is because in the first half, he never had the ball.
Mm-hmm.
They did their job. They did it well. But that one play and that entire drive, he was crap. That play was horrible, and it led to 7 points going the other way. You got to blame Jalen Hurts ultimately for fumbling the ball, but
and it's just so funny, right? Like, I feel gross even saying something about Hurts. Negatively.
And that's part of it too. He played such a good game that it's like, how do I blame him?
4 total touchdowns.
Yeah, how do I blame him for this one thing?
That
when he was
2-point
lights
conversion
out?
where he pushes through 6 guys. But that's why I said to Mike earlier when we had Mike from Delran on, 5 years from now, we're gonna go through the box score, remembering that game and go, oh man, I forgot that Hurts had that fumble. because he was so good in it that it's hard. Just like, do you remember that Nick Foles threw an interception?
Yep.
Like,
I mean, I do, but
you do, but like people, we don't talk about it.
Most people don't.
Now,
and it was actually a lot like that fumble at the time where they were up, and I didn't think that it would affect them ultimately.
Yeah.
Where it was like, all right, turnovers are going to happen. The difference is turnovers are going to happen. And in the Super Bowl in 2018, the Eagles ended up ultimately getting their own turnover.
Yeah.
The Eagles never got a turnover in this.
Yeah, they didn't go
They
even.
just got gashed in the second half.
By the way, put some respect on Trey Burton's name, please.
Nothing against Trey Burton, but like, Super Bowl teams.
Hold on.
Super Bowl. I'll show him my mic.
The next year, he got paid by the Bears.
He did. 4-year deal.
6 touchdowns.
Okay.
Had 54 catches on 76 targets, 569 yards on a Bears team that sucked. Put some respect on the Burton's name.
Okay.
He was better quarterback than the quarterback they had, Mitch Trubisky.
Nothing against Trey. My point is, every year, there is teams, free agent teams with a lot of money, that will end up paying.
And he got paid.
The third guy in a group on a Super Bowl team, hoping that third guy can be a number one guy. And we lived it with Byron Maxwell.
Yep.
We lived it with Kerry Williams. And then we saw the opposite thing happen with Trey Burton, where he left. He was a third tight end, and he left. He got paid to be number one.
Alfie checks in. He totally forgot about the sconce god. Kerry Williams and the sconces.
Can you tell me what college you went to? It's a tough one.
See, I'm really bad at this stuff, dude.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know anything.
Because you don't know football. You don't know that he went to Washburn. The Ichabods. I did an event with him one time. All right, this is real quick, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. So when I was on promotions, like I kind of worked my way up in this station, and you started as an intern, you go to promotions, you skipped right over you skipped right over A-ball and you went to double A.
Yeah, I was Andrew Painter.
Yeah, exactly. You were fast tracked. I'm Griff McGarry over here. Okay, that's who I am. I hope. I might be Bailey Falter. But
hey, spot start. You need
nothing wrong with
it. Big part of the reason why they made the playoffs last year.
I'm just hoping I'm not Spencer Howard. That's what I'm hoping.
You're not.
But we did an event at a Chickies and Pete's in an Acme in Jersey. They had this like little Chickies and Pete's Cove in a large
really?
Acme.
Okay.
It was pretty cool. But Kerry Williams was there, and we were there as well doing like a promotional thing, and he was signing autographs. First of all, you're not going to find a more miserable human being.
Okay.
And to do an icebreaker, some people are going to roll their eyes at this, but to do an icebreaker, because I was producing at the time as well, I would always ask the players if I met them, yo, what's your favorite TLC song? Because it's somewhat memorable, and if I try to get them on later on, I'll be like, oh, by the way, hey, I'm the guy that asked you about the TLC song. And I'd say 98% of athletes, had fun with it. And, Malcolm Jenkins could not have been better with it. He was like, I'll think about it, and then ran back to find me and was like, creep. So Kerry Williams, I asked him, yo, dude, what's your favorite TLC song? All right, so you're over here, you're me asking the question. He doesn't even look at me. And he goes, I don't know. Waterfalls, I guess. And that was it.
Well, at least he gave you
doesn't even
he gave you an answer.
Doesn't even but I'm telling you, this dude was
He gave you an answer.
He did. And we now know that.
He said pipe down.
He could have. I guess he could have been. I guess the problem.
You know what? I don't think he's as bad as you made him out to be.
You didn't see him at the event. Somebody complimented him on his shoes, and it was he was very dismissive. I guess that's my point, is he was dismissive about my question, which was stupid. Admittedly, stupid question. But people would asking him stuff and asking him questions, and he was just, everything was one-word answers.
Yeah,
he was dismissive. He was a miserable guy.
There's a lot of athletes that are I'm here for the paycheck.
Oh, absolutely.
I get it.
And he's not the only one.
But he at least gave you an answer.
He did.
You got to give him credit there.
He did. He wasn't some other people.
All right. I'm going to get into this becoming your parents thing next. I also have to tell you about Cooper's latest sleeping because that's always a fun conversation, and I need to know if this is normal.
Well, I think nothing that we can do moving forward is going to be as bad as that Kerry Williams story that I just told. Have you ever been in the middle of telling a story and you're like, this isn't going as I thought it would plan?
You know what? You did it strategically because we're at the midway point of the show.
And we just lost all of our listeners with that story.
But it's only going to go up from here.
And we'll gain them all back.
So thanks, Pat. We'll be right back right here on The Fanatic.
97.5 The Fanatic.
Hey guys, are you struggling with erectile dysfunction and sick of the pills? There's a major medical advancement that has helped thousands of men and is now available in Philadelphia. Oak Hills Medical Clinic uses wave technology. backed by 50 clinical studies, including from Cambridge University. It's been shown to increase blood flow by repairing blood vessels. No pills and no side effects. If you're ready to put a stop to your ED, call now to schedule a completely free and confidential assessment. You will receive a free blood flow ultrasound and get something unique that produces powerful results in the bedroom in just minutes. This unprecedented offer is worth $600, but is free to those that call in the next 2 minutes. 215-302-9999. That's 215-302-9999. Guys, put a stop to your erectile dysfunction and get your love life back. Call Oak Hills Medical Clinic of Philadelphia now to schedule your completely confidential appointment. 215-302-9999.
Hello, Madame Dupree? I'm here for my fortune telling.
Come, gaze into my crystal ball. I see financial stability.
Nice.
If you switch to T-Mobile, because you can get their price lock guarantee, so they won't raise your rate for talk, text, or data ever.
Wow, ever? Verizon and AT&T don't have that.
And I see a free Samsung Galaxy S23 Plus and no trade-in required.
No trade-in? Hey, wait a sec. Do you also work at T-Mobile?
Well...
Get the new Samsung Galaxy S23 Plus at T-Mobile, free on our Max plan when you switch. No trade-in required. Plus, you get our price lock guarantee, so we won't raise your rate for talk, text, or data ever.
With eligible port-in, $800 via 24 monthly bill credits and $200 virtual prepaid card rebate, plus tax for well-qualified buyers. Contact us before canceling service to continue remaining bill credits or credits. Stop and balance on required finance agreement is due. Register prepaid card code within 30 days. Allow 8 weeks. Price lock exclusions like taxes, fees, select promos, and third-party services apply. Details at T-Mobile.com.
Hey guys, Bob Cooney here. And at FanDuel Casino, we know the only thing better than a win is a free win. And that's why they made Reward Machine, the daily free-to-play game that gives you a chance to win up to $2,000 in casino bonus. They've already given away over $20 million in free bonuses. And guess what? They're just getting started. Every day at 6 p.m., you get 3 chances to spin the Reward Machine reels. And there are 3 ways to win. 1, match any 3 symbols for an instant win. 2, collect symbols each day for a chance to win weekly prizes. Or 3, win up to $2,000 if you collect 3 trophies. So what are you waiting for? Download the FanDuel Casino app by going to FanDuel.com/Bob and start playing Reward Machine today. That's FanDuel.com/Bob.
No purchase necessary. 21 plus and present in PA. Bonus issued is non-withdrawable casino-only site credit that expires 7 days after receipt. Restrictions apply. See full terms at FanDuel.com/casino. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit FanDuel.com/RG.
In the Pennsylvania Army National Guard, get a head start on a career in exciting fields, including science, communications, engineering, and medicine, all while earning money for your education. This training will boost your eligibility for a high-paying and rewarding profession, and you can get it all while serving part-time in your community. To learn more about the Pennsylvania Army National Guard, visit nationalguard.com/PA and talk to a recruiter today. Paid for by the Pennsylvania Army National Guard.
Hey, homeowners, you probably know your HVAC system is going to need a thorough system tune-up twice a year. But have you been doing it? It's John Kincaid for H&H Heating and Air Conditioning. You can trust my friends at Delco HVAC, H&H, for a thorough system checkup with an offer that lets you check 2 things off your to-do list. For a limited time, it's a $99 gas furnace tune-up that includes a carbon monoxide safety check, and then H&H is going to give you a free AC tune-up on the house. Visit my friends at H&H Heating and Air Conditioning, DelcoHVAC.com for the $99 furnace tune-up, and H&H will do an AC tune-up for free. That's DelcoHVAC.com. Offer valid for a limited time, not to be combined with any other offers. Call now for details.
Okay, so how crazy high are these gas prices right now, right? I mean, I filled up my car the other day, and I thought for that price, I could buy a couple of pairs of Skechers and pretty much walk everywhere. Plus, unlike gas, not only is Skechers affordable, they also last a really long time. Skechers are extremely durable, and many are machine washable. And they're so comfortable. With comfort features like Skechers' famous air-cooled memory foam, Relax Fit, Wide Fit, Arch Fit, plus so many other fits and features. Find your perfect pair of Skechers at a Skechers store, Skechers.com, or wherever stylish footwear is sold.
Hey, it's Andrew. Have you ever imagined how amazing it would be to sit courtside at a Sixers game? Well, now you have the chance to do it. That's right. Our friends at Corona are giving away a chance to win a 76ers Fine Life experience with exclusive pregame and lounge access and courtside seats. Just go to the contest page on 97.5thefanatic.com and you'll find the link to enter to win. You must be 21 or older. Relax responsibly. Corona Extra Beer imported by Crown Imports, Chicago, Illinois.
At Charmin, we heard you shouldn't talk about going to the bathroom in public, so we decided to sing about it.
When you're rolling Charmin, ultra soft on the potty. Less is more, so roll it back, everybody.
Ultra Soft is irresistibly soft and more absorbent so you can use less. Enjoy the go with Charmin.
The Jeep Grand Cherokee 4xE. It's electrified. So you can boogie woogie woogie into the forest. Boogie. Boogie woogie woogie through the mud. Or boogie woogie woogie to work, where you boogie woogie woogie down the hall to your boss's office to tell him you quit.
Sure got the boogie.
Then you boogie woogie woogie to the elevator as he boogie woogie woogies after you, begging, please, take me with you. The electrified Jeep Grand Cherokee 4xE. Learn more at Jeep.com. Jeep is a registered trademark of FCA US LLC.
Jason Stark plays on one station in Philly. 97.5 The Fanatic.
$10:30, 97.5 The Fanatic. I'm Andrew Salciunas with Pat Egan.
Hello.
We're going to get back to the phones in a second. You can climb in at 610-632-0975.
We're going to the place that we're big.
Yeah, we're huge in Alabama. We're going to talk about the Eagles, obviously. Continue our conversation. I'm not over it. Pat's not over it. No. Today's the first day you actually finally got angry, which was cool.
Yeah, kind of an angry show.
Yeah. No, I'm pissed off about a lot of things.
Carried over the YouTube crew a little bit. I checked in on the chat, a little angry. We just a little ELE. Everybody love everybody.
Yeah.
Right?
We get too angry sometimes.
I guess somebody in the chat said, like, this is what people get for, and I'm paraphrasing because I was trying to read between the lines of the comments. Like, somebody made the point or tried to make the point that people were discrediting or not making a big deal out of the fact that they were facing Pat Mahomes in the Super Bowl. Okay. Leading into it. And to the defense of a lot of people, they were like, dude, what are you talking about? Everybody.
I hit myself too hard there.
We have a drop of our buddy Lambo. We have a drop in the system of him. That's the sound of me beating my head against the microphone.
Yeah, I tried doing it, but I hit it too hard.
Yeah. You got a concussion now. You're in the protocol.
So here, the reason why I did that. Brittany Mahomes.
Oh, God, she is insufferable.
I hate her. Patrick Mahomes.
I like him.
Travis Kelce.
Kind of done with
and
him.
now this guy on YouTube. Who said that the Chiefs were rebuilding? Because Patrick Mahomes said that.
Okay, now I will put my hand up. In fairness, okay? In fairness.
You said rebuilding?
And I'm not proud of this, but it's a show of admission.
Okay, I'm going to sit back.
It's a show about coming clean.
Okay.
And it's also a show where I hope that no one's listening at this moment.
Okay, please.
Because this is an embarrassing take. But
continue.
I think I'm good for one of these a season at this point. Travis Fulgham was the first one. Yep. I predicted the Chiefs to not only not win the Super Bowl, but to miss the playoffs.
Okay.
Not proud of this. Now, the reason I did that, one, I'm just, it was a lack of judgment on my part. Okay. I was going through a dark time in my life.
Yep.
Mainly because I thought the Tyreek Hill loss was going to impact them more than it did. I didn't like the way that Mahomes had ended last season. I didn't think he had. I thought there were some cracks in the armor a little bit, and I thought the division was good. I thought the Denver Broncos were going to win the Super Bowl. Andy, they did not make the playoffs, and they had their coach fired midseason.
You went Super Bowl with the Broncos.
I did. It was a moment of weakness on my part, I'm asking.
Hold on.
I'm asking you and the listeners.
Hold on.
Okay.
Because I don't want you feeling too bad.
I want the listeners' forgiveness.
I too thought the Broncos would be good this year. Cortland Sutton, Jerry Jeudy, Russell Wilson,
the weapons,
good defense.
That's where I was going with it. Offensive line that he's never had before.
Yes,
can protect.
I didn't go as far as Super Bowl.
It was a moment that
I did not think that they were going to win the division. I will tell you,
mistakes were made
at the beginning of the season. I always like to mess around with. I do this for every sport. I do the division winner parlay.
Okay.
I put $5 down, and $5 scores you. If you have because I had the Eagles win the division, they were plus money. You parlay all that stuff. Yeah. Sorry, I did $10. $10 was going to win me like $600.
Congratulations, your success.
I did not put a winner for that division, the AFC West.
It was a tough division
because I want to win money.
I'm still not proud of this.
The team that screwed me over was the Rams.
I apologize.
Happens. You miss out on some money. But
did I think they were rebuilding? No.
And that's where
I thought they were going to miss out because of a tough division. That's really what it comes down to.
Said,
aside.
In his Kermit the Frog voice, he was on the podium saying, "Yeah, pretty good for the first year of a rebuilding team, winning the Super Bowl. And I'm like, who said that? And then Brittany Mahomes has to go off on, maybe you should start respecting our team more. Your team.
I look forward to their impending divorce.
It'll happen.
Eventually he's going to wake
Giselle
up and be
Tom.
Eventually he's going to wake up and be like, I'm the best quarterback in the league.
He might look at Jackson one day and say, dude,
kick rocks. Like, can you actually go get a job? Baskin-Robbins is hiring. You think he just lays out applications for jobs?
And before anyone goes, oh man, he's just having fun. No, Jackson Mahomes is actually an a-hole.
Yeah.
Just look him up.
Yeah,
remember that time he ripped the restaurant because it was a small restaurant that could not fit many people in it?
Yes.
We have those in Philadelphia. We do. Small restaurants.
Called Applebee's.
Not only that.
Eating good in the neighborhood.
I went to a place that's no longer open called Costa Diva. It is a new Italian restaurant where we had our engagement. When I proposed to Christy, I had it all set up. It was a surprise. We had the dinner set up. All our friends were there.
So this is a good sign for your marriage?
There was 15 people there. We took up the restaurant.
Oh, wow.
Kind of felt bad. But, they got a lot, good business out of it.
And then they closed.
Jackson Mahomes tried bringing 30 people into a restaurant like that. And they said, hey, sorry, we don't have the service to provide for you. He then ripped their entire restaurant on his platforms saying, don't go here. This place stinks. Blah, blah, blah. No, he is a bad dude.
He is a self-entitled little twerp.
Thank you.
This is a guy who has zero talent, who has a brother who is the best quarterback, best player in the league.
Yes.
Who is already a first ballot Hall of Famer.
Yes.
His father was a 15-year MLB vet.
Yep.
He has none of that talent.
Yeah.
He does bad TikTok dances, which he does in inopportune places, and he knows he's doing it.
Yes.
He is
He's
just
self-entitled.
And you know what?
Twerp,
hey,
as you said.
A lot of families, if you have multiple kids, you're going to have one that they just didn't quite hit. The Spencer Howards. You're going to have a Spencer Howard in your system.
Yes.
You had hope, but at the end of the day, they just kind of suck.
They disappointed you.
All right? Jackson Mahomes is the definition of Timothée Luwawu Cabarrot. You had a little hope, but he's got nothing.
He's got nothing for it.
And now he's riding the coattails of his brother. And
So getting back to our YouTube guy who said that. Now, I did say, I had a couple prop bets.
Okay.
I did bet, yes, Patrick Mahomes would throw an interception.
I didn't take that. I thought they get a turnover, but I thought it would be a fumble.
That was not me saying Patrick Mahomes stinks. That was me saying the Eagles had the best defense in the NFL this year.
You thought he'd be throwing the ball to get back. You know what? Makes sense.
He threw for 187 yards. He didn't even have to throw the football all that much.
Very impressive performance.
Who was disrespecting the Chiefs?
I guess if you want to once again look at my preseason prediction, it had more to do with I didn't like their defense. Well, their defense sucked. They went with young cornerbacks.
They still gave 35 points in the Super Bowl.
I really thought that replacing a guy like Tyreek Hill with Juju Smith-Schuster was not gonna
But then
out.
You remember Patrick Mahomes was the quarterback.
With that said, hey, once again, you gotta own it. Mistakes were made.
And Andy Reid's the head coach, and he's performed well with bad receivers before.
We're the show that doesn't know sports.
Well, I didn't say that the Chiefs weren't going to make the playoffs, but that's okay.
I needed you in this boat with me.
I'm
dude.
sorry. Well, no,
I need you on that wall.
I'm letting you talk this out.
I'm not proud of this moment, but
so what you're saying is Patrick Mahomes called you out during his.
He did, and all I had to do was sit there and go, Pat.
Because Travis Kelce did it too when they won the AFC Championship game.
That was the moment where
everybody thought Joey Burrow was going to come in here. Actually, no. People predicted the Bengals would win because they've beaten you 4 straight times now.
Yeah,
it's not. We're not being disrespectful. Now,
nobody was saying that the Chiefs were going to get killed.
No, players look for motivation. I get it. Michael Jordan's famous for it, right? Michael Jordan,
chip on his shoulder,
would be like, "Wow, this guy looked at me weird. I'm going to go drop 60."
I took that personally.
So I get it. Athletes look for reasons to feel a certain type of way. But whoever's bringing this up on YouTube, nobody was disrespecting Patrick Mahomes. Maybe we got chesty because we got fired up for a Super Bowl. Oh yeah, they're going to get to him. That's fandom. But nobody said Patrick Mahomes stinks or disrespected him. So pipe down. I'm gonna get back to where I was now, sitting back up.
I appreciate you listening, and for the 4 people out there that are still listening,
wanted you to air that out.
Now notice how I strategically did it after that Kerry Williams story.
You got back. We're moving back up.
It's like you lose the listeners, and then you admit your faults to no one. It's like a tree falling in the forest. Guess what, Andy? Nobody was here to see that tree fall in the forest. Nobody was here to hear me admit fault.
People are listening.
But yeah, I maybe I should try the old school approach to sports radio and just act like I never said it. Never happened.
Just move on. We've seen that before.
I'm right about everything.
All right, so I gotta ask you something about sleeping habits with a baby.
Okay, been there before.
You got Jack.
Stopped by yesterday.
How did he do as a kid sleeping? Like as a baby?
Wasn't too bad. We were in a different situation because at the time I was working a lot of nights.
I remember you telling me this,
so I was staying up till like 3-4 in the morning with him. There was one night where I was like, I can't do this. Like I just could not get him to quiet down. So we were in a different situation. But for the most part, I think we were pretty lucky with him. I think it was pretty good. We have friends who dealt, like their baby had colic. And it was like
a
nightmare.
Cooper's not colicky. Cooper just doesn't sleep.
Okay.
And like my parents watched him the other night it was our first night out, Christy and I.
That's right. Congrats.
Thank you.
Congrats on the.
It happened.
Baby 2 coming.
No.
Coming in.
That's not.
Okay.
But,
hey, I'm just speculating.
But
we're all thinking it.
Like my parents were amazed. They were like, "How is this kid so happy and energetic, but he sleeps like for 4 hours, period." Right? Like he doesn't take long naps, 30-minute naps. It's terrible. The kid doesn't sleep, but he's also great. So we got to a last resort. Christy, God bless her, paid for like a Patreon account of some woman that put together here's the master plan to have your baby sleep. Like, those kind of things.
Yeah.
So we followed the plan last night, and this was night 1 of the 14-day plan. All right?
Okay.
And I'm sure there's somebody laughing in the car like, these silly kids.
Hey, you're desperate.
Look,
you're desperate.
We've tried freaking everything.
Nothing wrong with paying probably $5 for the Patreon.
Yeah, it wasn't expensive.
Yeah.
We've tried freaking everything. Okay. Every home remedy, every doctor advice. This kid doesn't sleep.
My dad would just chock me full of Jack Daniels.
That works sometimes. Helped me out last night.
I mean, even adults will pass out from that stuff.
So last night, one of the stages is letting the kid cry, but you going in every 5 minutes, then 10 minutes, then 15 minutes, and letting him know that it's okay to pop in, right?
Okay.
So Cooper finally, 3 times yesterday, 3 times over the course of the night, fell back asleep.
So real quick, so they cry for 5 minutes, you go in.
So they're crying the whole time, obviously, because they don't want to be held.
So you pop in and
pop in 5 minutes? No.
You just pop in.
Pop in.
Hey, man, just letting you know I'm still here.
That's what I love you. It's all good. We're in the room next to you.
I get it, man. They blew a 10-point lead in the Super Bowl. I want to cry too. I'm with you.
It's like how you should check on your friend's mental health every once in a while. Like, and I'm not making a joke. That's serious. Like, everything all right?
Yeah.
So
do a check-in.
Then you pop. You go out. Then you wait 10 minutes. Pop back in. Go out. Then it's 15 minutes. But then it's 15 minutes every time until they fall asleep.
Okay.
All right? Now, fortunately, every time yesterday, the 15-minute window was when he finally fell asleep. I'm going to show you a photo. 2 photos. You can scroll left to right. Don't go right to left because there might be nudies.
This is good advice because there's a lot of parents.
Look at how that kid fell asleep. I know it's a grainy photo. Security cameras still aren't great. Look at how he fell asleep.
Dude, he's sitting up
with his face
against the
crib.
This kid is sleep deprived.
Dude, 3 times. I have 2 photos, but all 3 times he fell asleep sitting up with his face.
I can't wait to see what this kid does when he gets older, like sleep-wise.
And like he's literally like, for our YouTube audience, I'll use the mic as the crib. One of them, he's literally like this.
He's being held up by the crib.
And I'm sitting there watching him fall asleep sitting up. And I'm going, what is wrong with this kid when it comes to sleeping? Everything else, he is a perfect child. He's always happy, laughing, chatty, wants to eat.
Yeah,
we have no eating issues.
I met him.
He's a great baby.
Yeah.
He doesn't sleep. Now, hopefully this helps because he fell asleep on his own 3 different times last night, but sitting up. And it freaks me out a little bit.
Yeah.
Like, yo, dude, like,
what's going on here?
Why is this kid?
Yeah, all right?
And it's out of pure anxiety. He cries, and then he finally falls asleep, but he doesn't lay down. And so the first time I went in there, I picked him up just to lay him down. Ballistic. As if he was comfortable that way. And shame on me.
You don't get it. You don't get it, Dad.
Shame
Thanks,
on
Dad,
me.
for ruining my life.
for laying him down.
Nice job.
And I'm just like, so this is a journey, a 14-day journey that I will keep everybody up to date on. And I hope it works out. But, dude, that was the scariest thing. I thought he was hurt or something.
We have a situation right now with Jack. And for everybody out there that's like, get back to sports. Things aren't going great in Philadelphia.
Yeah.
So deal with our parenting
Well, they are.
plights.
3 championship appearances.
They're going great, but they're not going great. All right. So like let's let our parenting woes be the distraction.
And I will say this, based off of people I know that listen to sports radio when like Mike was first starting out and well, not first starting out, but when Mike had his daughter growing up, people because other people had kids around the same time. My dad remembers more stories about Mike Miss on the air about him talking about his daughter than actual sports.
People love, first of all, it's like this weird club, okay?
Yeah.
It's the parenting club. And it's a club of misery. And what they love to do is, it's much like a cult. It's like, you got to go out and get new members. So what do they do? As soon as you get married, the questions start. When are you having one? When are you having one? And then you finally announce it. And if you complain one time, back up the goalpost. Oh, you think it's bad now? Wait till they're 1. And then they turn 1.
Terrible
you think it's
twos.
bad now? Wait till the terrible 2s. And then they turn 2. Actually, 2s weren't bad for us. 3s were bad.
Wait till they start
and
talking
it
back
doesn't
to you.
Stop until they're 30 and they move out. And it's like, hey,
30.
if I'm here in this misery zone, I need somebody in the boat with me. I need someone on the wall.
Here we are.
I convinced you to join this, and now we're in it together.
Christy and I had a kid because you told me to.
It's like the one Saw movie. She was struggling, but it's like I gotta have somebody with me. I gotta convince somebody to join me on this, and that's parenting for you because nobody ever tells you about the bad stuff before. All these people that go, oh, when are you gonna have one? Nobody ever goes, hey, when are you going to have one so you lose a ton of money and sleep and the frustration of your kid talking back? When are you going to have one so you can have a 4-year-old tell you that you don't know what you're talking about? When are you going to have that?
Has that happened recently?
Oh, all the time. Now, I've said, like, parenting, 75% of it sucks. 25% of it's great. The 25% that's great outweighs the 75% that sucks. Like, it's amazing.
It's like Philadelphia sports.
We have a thing.
Philadelphia sports.
That's a great example.
We are 2-12 in our last 14 championship appearances. But you know what? Those 2 championship appearances worth it.
When he meets Mickey at Disneyland, it's phenomenal.
You see that smile?
When he comes in to meet me to visit at work and drops off donuts,
love it.
Heart melts. All right.
And when you forget about the last 8 days that have sucked.
When he sits there and just wants to be a contrarian and says, I don't like the Eagles when I know for a fact he does. That pisses me off. Yeah. So we have a thing right now where he doesn't sleep without the light on. And the light is like bright. It's like this. And every night he is up at like 9 o'clock. We put him to bed at 7:30.
Yeah.
But he's up, partying it up, right? Like, because the light's on.
He's a party animal.
So I'll turn the light off. I'll leave the hallway light on so he's not in solid, darkness.
Yes.
But I can't sleep like that. I can't sleep. I'm like, dude, you're not sleeping because the light is on. No, I'm not sleeping because it's dark. And it's arguing with a wall. Like, I know he's not sleeping because the light's on. I try to explain, like, when daddy goes to bed, the light goes off because it helps you sleep. So I've tried everything. And I'll turn the light off. He'll get up and turn the light right back on. Like, it is a struggle.
Do you wait till he falls asleep to turn the light off?
The problem is,
he's
not sleeping.
Yeah. All right.
Now, he eventually falls asleep at like 9:30, whatever. But it's like he would fall asleep probably within 20 minutes.
Okay.
After we put him to bed at 7:30, 8 o'clock. If he just turned so I'm ready to rip that damn light out. Like, I'm done. I'm ready to just chuck it. But, like, the argument that you get into with a 4-year-old of...
I may or may not have known a sibling of mine, the one that I have.
Okay.
Remember you didn't know that I had a sister?
I had no idea.
That she was bad with locking the door.
Okay.
And, like, when she was, like, 8, like, she was young. She should not have, like, locking the door, get away from me, that kind of stuff.
Okay.
So my dad may or may not have unscrewed the doorknob.
Wow.
So she can't lock the door anymore.
Yeah. Good job by Papa Salciunas.
So maybe you do that with the light. Take the light
I'm
bulb out.
about to take it out. I got him like a night light. That's pretty cool. It like twirls around. It's got like stars in the sky.
Oh, that's cool.
He's probably going to sit there and be like, I need the light. This light has like a million lumens.
Well, you know what? You have to do the 14-day plan with the light. We're doing the 14-day. By the way, Robert checks in. It's called the Ferber method, what we're doing. He said it worked for them. He has twins.
Okay.
He said they went 5 months of no sleep, and then they finally said, all right, this is it. And now I can't imagine with two.
I mean,
I imagine one baby's waking up the other.
Yeah.
That probably isn't great.
Yeah, that's going to be probably a nightmare.
But he said they've been sleeping through the night since 6 months old because of it.
I wish you nothing but the best in this journey.
By the way,
and let me guess, nobody that asked you constantly.
Nobody's given us.
So when are you guys having one? I guarantee none of them.
Nobody told me about the Ferber method.
None of them brought up the Ferber method.
No.
None of them brought up the Furby method.
No.
None of them brought up the not sleeping method.
You know what? They didn't give me any methods.
All parents deal with this crap, but like the ones that constantly ask you, when are you having one?
And then they go,
oh wait, it'll start.
Enjoy the sleep now.
It'll start. Give it like 6 months. When are you having another one?
Yeah.
So when's he getting a little brother, a little sister?
Yeah.
Well, okay, I'll tell you what. When you're paying for it, Aunt Rita, that's when. When you want to pay for it, Rita, you can have. We'll pump one out. All right. Like as if many human beings are fish that you get at a carnival. Like they're easy. This kid eats. He continues to grow.
Yes.
Not at a rapid rate because I'm his father.
But
But it's like, this thing isn't easy.
He's going to eat more, too.
610-632.
All right, real quick. This is what I want to get to in the final hour with people on the phones as well at 610-632-0975. I want you to tell me the thing that you are doing and you're realizing, oh, my God, I'm becoming my parents. And I'll quickly tell the story. Yesterday, I went on the rant. I don't even know how it came up. But we got into talking about the faucet.
Okay.
I hate that my wife, when she brushes her teeth, leaves the water running.
Okay. A lot of people do.
And, you know, Anthony says he does it, and I start freaking out. Like, well, why? You're wasting water. What's the point? You're not doing anything with the water. Like, it's just pouring. Like, you're not doing anything with the water. It's not benefiting you at all. I then thought about that rant as I was driving home because it happened during the final segment. So, like, you know, I'm now in the car driving home. My parents used to yell at my sister for that because my sister did it.
Oh.
And it hit me. Oh, my God. That my parents used to yell at my sister for that. And now here I am.
Now it's you.
Annoyed with Christy for doing it. And I
have a solution. If you want it now or on the other side, it's up to you.
What do you got?
Her name is Michelle Ferrari. And she's going to take care of this for you.
She is licensed in our state.
And she's going to have you coming out looking like roses.
Well, no. But it's not Christy's fault that I'm becoming my parent.
This scumbag, the mother of your child, leaving the water on for 15 seconds.
How dare she?
Is she paying the water bill?
I think she is.
Then never mind. Then what the hell are you complaining about?
No, it just bothers me. Like, there's no point of it. But that's something my parents would complain about.
Yeah, it's you didn't even realize it, but it's like a seed, like Nick Sirianni. We talk about
the
seeds
flowers are growing.
Your parents planted a seed deep in the recesses of your soul, and now it's bloomed up.
And like, look,
at the age of what, 29,
right.
30?
And like my mom is always, oh man, you're just like your father when it comes to this, or my dad has said you're just like your mother when it comes to this. Like we all have that, but like that specific rant, that was deep rooted, like you said. So I want to know your example, Matt, your example, and the audience at 610-632-0975. The thing that you are doing now as you're getting older and you're realizing, oh my God, that's stemming from them. They're the reason why I have this issue with the faucet. We'll be right back. 97.5 The Fanatic.
97.5 The Fanatic.
See DallasStillSucks.com for details.
You know, when the winters are mild, the deals are wild. Gary Barbera knows how to sell a Jeep cheap, not one or two, but a slew.
Holy Jeep!
$199 down or $199 a month. Your radio's not broken. Now, at Barbera's on the Boulevard, Jeep cheap Cherokees,
even new Grand Cherokees,
$199 down or $199 a month. You got to get your butt to Barbera. Instant credit,
Come and get it.
Philadelphia's Credit Connection.
Grab that jar of pennies on your porch. Bring it to Gary Barbera's Cheap Jeep Land. Holy Jeep! You pay the payment, I say, $199 down or $199 a month. If it weren't true, I couldn't say it to you. Gary Barbera's on that big bargain corner of Borbeck and the Boulevard in the great Northeast. I'll say it again, so you know where and when. New Jeep Cheap Cherokees, $199 down or $199 a month. Is Barbera the best? Boy, I guess.
All offers on approved credit. Plus tax 452.fee.
Oh, and yes, Gary.
DallasStillSucks.com.
Right now, Wawa's serving up any two Sizzlies for just $5 every day until 11 a.m. Bask in the warmth of breakfast with a delicious sausage, egg, and cheese croissant. And try the new bacon burrito. Or get 2 egg bites with a bacon, egg, and cheese bagel without breaking the bank. Wake up and smell the Sizzlies. 2 for $5. It's a deal worth waking up for. Great morning start at Wawa. Love is in the air for lattes. And at Wawa, the selection is nothing short of, well, a latte. Quality espresso, plus rich flavors like buttery caramel cream, dulce de leche, and vanilla ice cream. All crafted to crave at your nearest Wawa. With dozens of flavors, it'll be a challenge just to find your favorite. Try a hot or iced handcrafted latte today. There's a whole latte to love, just around the corner at Wawa.
Cashback is not available on gas in New Jersey and Wisconsin.
Hey, good morning. You're heading to the airport, right?
Yep, thanks for checking. I like the car. How long have you been a rideshare driver?
About 3 years now. I really enjoy it.
Isn't it hard to make money these days with the price of gas being so high?
Not for me. I use Upside, the free app that gives you cash back for every gallon of gas you buy.
Wait a minute. Are you saying you actually get real money back when you get gas with the Upside app?
Yep, I get real cash back every time I get gas.
Does that actually add up to anything?
I'll make around $200 to $300.
Wow, that's serious extra cash. I'm downloading the Upside app now.
Download the free Upside app now to earn real cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code HOT for an extra 25 cents a gallon bonus on your first tank. You can cash out anytime right to your bank account, PayPal, or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code HOT for a 25 cents a gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code HOT.
This week at Macy's, find your new favorite jeans with 40% off Levi's looks for him and her just in time for spring. Or use your coupon or Macy's card and take an extra 15% off handbags and wallets, already 40 to 50% off. And take an extra 10% off great furniture and mattress deals too. Plus, Star Rewards members earn rewards even faster during Macy's Star Money bonus days. Savings off sale and clearance prices. Exclusions apply.
This week, Staples has deals so good, you're going to want to sit down. Are you sitting? I'll wait. Great. Right now during Staples Sit-a-thon, select chairs are up to 50% off, like the Union and Scale Essentials Mesh Back Task Chair. Now just $89.99 at Staples. You save $90. Plus, get 2 2-ounce bottles of Purell hand sanitizer, free with the Staples Connect app. So take a seat or 2. Right now at Staples, the working, learning, and saving store. Ends 2/18. In-store only. Purell Limit 2 while supplies last.
When cold symptoms keep you up, try Vicks NyQuil Severe for max strength nighttime relief. Just 1 dose of Vicks NyQuil Severe starts to relieve 9 of your worst cold and flu symptoms to help take you from 9 to none. Get some rest and feel better with Vicks NyQuil Severe. The nighttime sniffling, sneezing, coughing, aching, sore throat, stuffy nose, fever, best sleep with a cold. Medicine. Use as directed.
For the ones finding new ways to ensure the job always gets done. For the ones wearing many hats. For the ones who are hands-on, even from far away. And the ones keeping business moving forward. We are Grainger, offering professional-grade industrial supplies, plus real-time product availability and access to experts ready to answer your toughest questions. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Hey, it's Cuz. Are you getting ready for a home improvement cleanup? The garage, the bathroom, big move? Let me tell you about the perfect solution, the Bagster. The Bagster, by far the most convenient, affordable way to help with your cleanup. The Bagster isn't just a great product. It's a 3 cubic yard dumpster in a bag sold at Home Depot, Lowe's, local home improvement stores everywhere, and for only $29.99. Holds 3,300 pounds of waste. Buy it, fill it, schedule your collection, poof. It's gone. Clean it up with the bagster, dumpster. In the back.
Hey, it's John Kincaid. If you're a business owner with 5 or more employees, listen up. Have you had supply chain problems, struggle getting staff, or are still reeling from the COVID lockdowns? Uncle Sam wants to pay you back because you kept your employees by giving you a payroll tax refund. You can get up to $26,000 per employee, but do it now. Go to phillyrefunds.com, fill out your contact information, or just give them a call, and they'll walk you through every step of the process. It's real, but time's running out. Go to phillyrefunds.com. That's phillyrefunds.com.
Did you ever wish healthcare was a little less, confusing? Visit 97.5thefanatic.com/Virtua to learn 5 health screenings to schedule in the new year.
WPEN Burlington, Philadelphia, a Beasley Media Group station. Official home of the Sixers, Flyers, and the best Eagles talk in Philadelphia. 97.5 The Fanatic.
11 o'clock, 97.5 The Fanatic. I'm Andrew Salciunas alongside Pat Egan. Final hour today. The rest of the day on The Fanatic, Jamie Lynch broadcasting live from Chickies and Pete's in Malvern. Check him out, 12 to 3. Tyler Zulli follows him, 3 to 6. Kevin Cooney, 6 to 9:30. And then we got a late night Flyers Knucks tonight on The Fanatic, 10 o'clock puck drop.
2 bad teams.
2 teams I won't be watching tonight because I will probably be asleep.
No, you're not.
And I don't really
Petterssoned
care.
Up?
No, I will tell you right now. I think I've watched like 6 Flyers games this year.
You're not all pot coldsoned up.
Last year,
You look like a Thatcher Demko guy.
Last year, I watched way too many Flyers games.
Okay, I don't know why.
It got to a point, probably around like the 50th or 60th game of the season, where I said, "What the heck am I doing?"
Yeah,
and I don't know if part of it was like, "All right, I do this for a living. I should, They deserve very little amount of my time.
I don't disagree with
that. Organization makes me so sad, angry. It's like the 7 stages of grief with the Eagles, but it's been like that my entire life with this Flyers team.
Mm-hmm.
Not my entire life because I was a big Flyers fan early 2000s. Why wouldn't you be? They were very good. And it's not bandwagoning. It's what's the direction of the team?
I don't have one.
Exactly. So if you don't have a direction, why should I direct my attention to you? Like, seriously, like what? Like, I feel bad for people that still go to those games. We got Haley, she covers the team now, but she used to go all the time as a fan. And I'm just like, I would go, why are you going? They stink.
Yeah, I mean, I have a buddy that covers the team, and I actually blame him for their lack of success because when he started covering the team, they went downhill. It's the direction of the team. Like, as you said, they don't have it. It's like they sign Nicholas Delorier to a 4-year contract. It's not a bad contract. It's not going to be diminishing skills.
Right.
But that's a move that you make if you're a win-now team. They're not a win-now team. The Claude Giroux trade, disaster, which is what it was. I mean, yeah, you end up getting, like, picks elongated. The Tony DeAngelo trade, like, they really should look to move him. They won't. Signing Ristolainen into a 5-year deal. Dumb. It was dumb to trade for him in the first place. It was even dumber to sign him to a 5-year extension when you could have had someone else take him off your hands for a first-round pick. You didn't do it. Their lack of accepting the fact that they need to be in a rebuild is probably
that's the worst part.
The most frustrating thing because
and then you bring in a good head coach.
You bring in a win now head coach
for what?
In a year that you don't need to win now.
Yeah.
In fact, in a year where you really need to be losing.
And he's not going to tank.
They should have taken the interim tag off Mike Yeo because he's not good enough to win.
Yeah.
And there's no way that John Tortorella is going to tank anything.
No.
And
they're playing better than what I expected them to.
It's playing out exactly as I had. While my football takes suck, my hockey takes were good. It's playing out as I expected. Like he's going to get these guys playing hard enough, to get out of a Connor Bedard sweepstakes, where you're going to end up with like the 9th overall pick, 10th overall pick, and it's fine. But it's not a transcendent player that you've been waiting for to hop on this team. And after how last season went, when you're the 5th worst team in the league, you're thinking, okay, we got this Bedard kid coming up. Maybe we could hop into that. Maybe we could hop into that number 1 overall pick. No, like all you have to do is look around the landscape of your own division. You're not good enough to contend. So what are you doing? They have no direction. It's the Dave Scott Comcast mess.
Yeah, it's awful.
It's nice guy Chuck Fletcher who should have been let go years ago, but they have an I can't quit you mentality with him. They're eventually going to elevate Danny Briere to the role, and I think it'll change. But like, I don't know what the hell's going on with that team. But you're right. It's they have a lack of direction. Say what you will about the Sixers list, like decade, they've had a direction.
Right.
Even under Colangelo, I felt like they had a direction.
And they did. Like, I actually did not hate Colangelo when he first came in because you go, all right, look, this is the way the NBA is going. Remember, the plan was to build around Ben Simmons more so than Joel Embiid. Yes. So the Ilyasova trade, I get it. Everybody looks back at it now and goes, wow, Jeremy Grant's such a good basketball player. At the time, did anyone think Jeremy Grant would be a leading scorer on a team? Nobody thought that. You bring in Ersan Ilyasova, who stretches the floor, works out well with Marco Bellinelli, who you pick up. Like, that was a good team. Okay, it was an okay team. Like, because they were rookies. Ben Simmons was a rookie that year, and it didn't work out. But like you said, there's always been a direction. They're always trying to win. It just hasn't really worked out. Whereas the Flyers, I don't even know what the direction is. So even though I'm not watching, you should listen on The Fanatic because I don't want to get in trouble for saying, listen on The Fanatic tonight at 10 o'clock.
There's only one place to listen to them.
Yeah, right here.
Right here.
97.5 The Fanatic. All right, what is your thing where you're realizing you're turning into your parents or one of the two? Because my mom didn't care about the faucet as much as my dad did.
Bad sports opinions. My dad had a bunch of them growing up, and now I have a lot of them too. That's the number one.
Okay.
I think mine would probably be like the way my dad would talk. Like everybody has their go-to, not lines, but like.
Yeah, my dad's a big every day's a holiday, which I don't say because of it.
And this isn't like a slight on my dad, but there are some things where my dad said it so much that it got ingrained in me, and I will catch myself doing it and saying it. And I'm like, you got that from Dad. Yeah. But that's probably the biggest one is some of the vernacular that I will use on a daily basis came from him.
All right.
And it's in his, like, lexicon.
Matt, what do we got?
Watching TV. I can't stand that. If I'm watching something, shut the hell up. I don't want to hear anybody talk. No conversation. Don't tell me what I'm watching.
Do you stand while watching the news?
Do I stand up?
Yeah, that's what dads across America do.
No, I haven't got that far yet, but when people give commentary while you're watching what you're watching, I know what I'm watching.
Yes.
I tell that to my son. I said, your future job is to talk to blind people in a nursing home because they can't see what they're watching on TV, but you're telling them what they're watching.
Speaking of that
one
line
right there.
Jack has that.
Oh, really?
Jack has already picked up something from his mother.
Okay.
That drives me up a damn wall.
I'm gonna guess right now, and it's because you're such a big movie guy. Questions during the movie.
Questions about everything while we're watching it.
Got it.
She does it, and now he does it. And every time he starts, I turn to her, and I'm like, you have no one to blame but yourself because you do this constantly. Because she has to sit there and get all Sherlock Holmes while watching something and figure out the end. And a lot of times she's really good at it. And there was one movie that we went to go see years ago where I said, I'm going to need you to Venmo me the money for the ticket. Because you sat here and unsolicitedly gave me your opinion on how it would end. And that's exactly how it ended. I wasn't thinking this way because I'm an idiot. And it ended like that. And you ruined the movie. So I'm going to need the $13.50. And he does it. He starts asking all these questions. Dude, we watched Paddington 2. Okay, by the way, if you're not on the Paddington train, you're missing out. Paddington 1, classic. Paddington 2, banger. Great movies. But he wanted to watch Paddington 2. He watched Paddington 1. So we rent it. I charted how many questions he asked in the movie while watching the movie. And yes, I've seen the movie before. I knew the answers or some of them. But a lot of them, just like her, it's, hey, how about you just watch the damn movie and maybe at the end of it, everything will be answered. A lot of movies do that.
Yes, they
Crazy,
do.
Right? He reached 100 questions an hour and 10 minutes into the movie.
Oh my God.
An hour and 10. 100 questions regarding this movie.
That's almost a question a minute.
Yeah, one minute.
I stopped counting. It was he probably reached 140, 150 by the end of it. I was, this is my life now. This is it. It used to be wild. I used to be a wild boy out there. Yeah. I used to be owned by the streets. I know you look at me now, you see a calm, cool, collective.
That's what I say.
Young human being, okay?
Mature.
In the grand scheme of things.
Mature adult.
mature adult. And not the case. Like, Friday nights were wild. It wasn't out of the realm of possibility I would go to an 11:30 movie.
Not anymore.
11:30 p.m.
Now you're in bed at 11:30.
I'd stroll on in there like I owned the place. Walking out of the theater at 2:15 in the morning.
Now you get
Like
up
it
at
was
2:15.
nothing. Now I'm sitting there. It's taking me 45 minutes to just pee. All right? I need pills for that.
You need to get that checked out, man.
I do.
seriously.
Get the thumb up.
It's not good, man. It's not good. All right? Prostate is shrinking quickly.
All right. Yeah.
All right? Like a balloon
Sure, we run
that you get.
Sure, we run an ad for that.
We probably do. I'm just waiting to get paid for it.
Do the Blue Chews help with that?
We'll find out.
They help with a lot of things.
We'll find out.
Let's go to
It's
Joe.
only $5 for shipping.
Joe in Alabama. Joe, what's going on, man?
Hey guys, how y'all doing?
Good. How are you?
So the sun came up Monday after the Super Bowl here in Alabama.
It didn't come up in Philly.
I know, dude. But anyway, so before I get started, dude, I appreciate the job y'all did on Saturday leading up to the playoffs for the fan base.
Oh, thank you.
Job. Right. So I mean, I appreciate the job you did. I kind of come in and do some stuff on Saturday mornings. I'll be a fan for the rest of my life.
Oh, thanks, Joe.
Thanks,
We
Joe.
appreciate it.
This is why we're huge in Alabama.
Our Alabama contingent.
Joe, we need more people like you in Philadelphia that listen to us, and we'll be good.
Yeah. So real quick. So my dad was a cop in Camden for 25 years, right? So my story is, so his big thing was referees don't lose ball games. That's up to ball players and coaches. And I can't tell you how many times I told my kids and my grandkids that stuff all the time too. So that's one thing. And then I know when my kids' report cards and my grandkids' report cards are coming in. So that's my.
So you, Joe, I would have hated being in your house because report card time was a stressful one for me when you're a C student, and that's being generous. Yeah, that's. I hated that time of the year. Luckily, my parents weren't like you, and I don't mean that in a negative way, but they cared about school. But report card season was. I get like PTSD from it.
So I had not just report cards, but there was a way to check our grades every day.
Oh God! Thank God I didn't have that.
And there was a website.
I don't think I did any homework
at my
in
high
grade.
school and all that kind of stuff. And they would log it, or they would log it in at the end of the week, something like that, just to see where you were at. And I had an English test, a quiz, pop quiz. Did not study for.
Come on, Pop. What are we doing?
I know it was pretty messed up.
You know how to talk. That's the joke of it. You failed a pop quiz in English. And what do you do for a living?
I speak.
You speak.
But it was, spelling and then, what the word meant and all that kind of stuff. And it was middle school, so it was like spell onomatopoeia. And, I hadn't practiced that one yet. All right?
Mm-hmm.
And I got a 27 on the pop quiz.
Could be worse.
So my dad, one day at dinner, goes, how's school going? Because it was middle school, right? So now it's like it's time to like be ready for, I'm not coloring anymore. I'm doing work.
Dude. He did that. He set you up. He set the bear trap.
How's school going? And I was like,
that's a rat move.
Good. Yeah, everything's good.
Rat
yeah,
move.
yeah. How's English going for you?
Rat move.
Rat
move.
Pretty good. Pretty good.
No, he set you up. He's leading the witness.
I will say this.
I will say nothing.
He then goes, all right, good to hear. He did not say, well.
But did he give you the look?
He
look
did.
Of like,
yeah,
I know.
And
I know what's going on here.
I studied for the pop quizzes the rest of the year.
I have America Online.
Yeah.
I'm aware.
It was scary. And thanks for the call, Joe. It was a moment where I think I almost peed my pants at the dinner table.
There was a situation with my dad. If he's listening, he remembers this vividly. I got in big trouble in 7th grade. Like, probably should have been suspended.
By the way, I remember 27. Like, it was so scary that I know I got a 27. I'm not lying about the 27.
Yeah, it sticks with you. So 7th grade, got in big trouble in school. I was not a good kid in grade school, and teachers did not enjoy having me. And I got in big trouble for something in school where I probably should have been kicked out of the school for it.
Oh, okay.
And did not. They kept me. But my punishment was like no recess, no lunch with the students. Like I was sequestered, right? Like I was that kid.
You were bad boy Egan.
Yeah, I was the bad boy at St. Martin Tours.
When you were walking through the halls, they were like, oh, dude, that's the kid that can't eat lunch with anyone.
I was the kid that they would wheel in like the bad like crime, the bad crime movies where it would be like the guy would be like wheeled in with like the chains and stuff.
Yeah, that was you.
And then they'd like unlock them and be like, all right, there you go, you're in Gen Pop. That was me. So my dad picked me up from school the day that I got caught, and that was very rare. Or he picked me up from my grandpa. It was very rare, and I didn't know if he knew. So I spent as much of the car ride as I could trying to filibuster.
Oh, okay.
This is when I knew I couldn't be a politician because those guys stick up there for like 15 hours. I couldn't make it like 12 minutes, right? But I thought of everything I could talk about. And then he sat there kind of like your dad. Yeah, okay, great. So is there something you want to tell me?
No.
And I was like, dude, what? Why couldn't we just do this now? Like right away.
Yeah. Rip off the Band-Aid, damn it.
You think I really wanted to break down the movie Rat Race with you? No. They really want to break that movie down. It wasn't that good. Honestly, I couldn't remember it. Half of what I told you, I just made up. Why couldn't we just get this out of the way? So I had to, own up and
Long conversation.
But hey, I'm here now.
You're here now.
Worked out.
Let's go to Dustin in the Northeast. Dustin, you're on the Fanatic.
Follow that up, Dustin.
Fellas, what's going on? It's been a while since I talked to either of you. How you been?
Good, great, man. I think even though this is a sports talk show, allegedly, it's been nice kind of not talking about. We got to the first hour and a half about the Eagles.
We got very angry.
We were pissed about Matisse Thybulle and his ridiculous fan base here.
We went through the bad Sixers draft history,
and now we're kind of having a good time, which I think is necessary.
Yeah.
But you're going to bring us back to the Eagles. What do we got, Dustin?
Yeah, bring it back to the Eagles.
No. I'm changing it up, dude. I love the life talk, dude.
Oh, good.
Listen. I know I shouldn't be saying it, but you guys know about the host on the other station that just retired after 33 years.
I paid him my respect yesterday.
Oh, so did I.
The reason he changed the sports industry, and the reason I love the Cuz is because he does the same thing. He makes you feel like family, dude.
Yeah.
So you guys talk about the boys, talk about the girls, talk about the wives, talk about the grandpa. This is what makes us a Philadelphia sports. We love our teams, but more than anything, we all stick together.
Exactly.
And that's what makes the show, fellas. And we love it, dude. You guys are putting on a hell of a show. It's great.
All we have to worry about is if our parents are listening and our wives are listening.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, I want to bring up my dad. The thing that I just noticed it last week in the Super Bowl. I don't know if it's because I've been so calm, cool, and collective with this Eagles team as a whole. My dad is one of the most laid-back people of all time. Has nothing bad to say about anybody. Gives everybody 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 chances. Dude, the dude does not get mad. I watch sports games with him, and he says that he can't enjoy a sports game with me because I freak out about the game. Well, last Sunday, I was calm, cool, and collective the whole game. I don't know if it's the old man in him. He was born in the early 60s, so I don't know if he lives with this Eagles feeling or whatever. But, dude, he was freaking out. My mom, not even me, my mom looked at him and goes, "What is wrong with you? Like, why?" And he's like, "You just don't understand. These guys have a chance." Which, if you really think about it, and I really don't want to get back to you. Like, I love the family talk, fellas. But if you really think about it, that might have been the greatest Eagles team of all time. Like, I went back and watched the game. Jalen Hurts, and that's the thing that gets me. And I think that's what keeps me calm about it. I was a Jalen. I'm not going to say I was a hater. I never wanted him not to.
No, you were like both of us.
Oh, no, I was a hater. No, self-proclaimed. Admittedly, I was a hater.
Well, I'm not going to lie. When we first drafted him, I said there's a reason he left Alabama because he didn't want to be a backup.
Yeah, I was an idiot.
Dude. But I was an absolute idiot. Dude, this dude is unbelievable. And I don't know if that's what keeps me calm with everything, but I'm telling you, dude, last weekend before the Super Bowl, I can get back to the family talk. And I have one more family point for you. Let me get off.
Yeah.
My dad was freaking out. Real quick, you guys haven't taken the kids to Disney World yet?
I took them to Disneyland this past year.
I have not. Not yet.
Man, I took my daughter for the first time. We ended up, me and my sister, we're a very close-knit family. And we all took a family vacation to Disney World. We had a 6-month-old, a 7, 8, 9, 10, and 2 12s. And, dude, I'm telling you, you wait. My daughter's 8. When you wait until they're like 8, 9, 10, dude, it's weird, dude. My dad, my whole life, always said Disney World's the greatest place on earth. When you see kids' reactions to how when they see that they're Mickey.
Oh yeah,
crazy. Man.
No,
Dude, absolutely love the show. And like your last caller, you guys got a fan for love.
Thanks, Dustin. We appreciate it, man.
He's right, man. Like, we took Jack this past year to Disneyland, and it's the first time we took him when he was a baby.
Yeah.
For like 2 days.
And he doesn't
remember that.
Yeah.
And honestly, like, he was a nightmare for 75-80% of that trip, because it was like every store we went into, he wanted something, and he was kind of a spoiled brat, and he was just a little bit of a nightmare. But what made it worth it was him running back and saying, "I can't believe I met Woody.
That's
I
awesome.
can't believe it." And you're like, my heart melts, right? And it's like, it makes all of the temper tantrums that I dealt with, 6 hours before, completely
Totally
worth it. Yeah, when he sees Mickey and he runs up and starts high-fiving him, and oh my God. That is a prime, that's one of the best moments of being a parent. Because it's just joy. It's what it is. Yeah, it's like, it really is like the happiest place on earth.
So there is a commercial. I don't even know if Christy was pregnant yet. Like, we were trying.
Okay, good for you.
Dude.
Congrats on the sex.
There is a commercial, and I don't know if you ever see it. It played during every, look, we got it on. There is
you did.
There was, me and her got it on.
No, you didn't.
You
can imagine if we did.
There is a commercial of a girl running up to Belle, or no, Cinderella. Sorry, Cinderella, outside the castle. And they had the When You Wish Upon a Star.
Yeah, blasting, playing. Yeah.
And all of a sudden it fades out, and the dad is watching the video on his phone, and she's packing up to go to college. Dude, she wasn't even pregnant yet. And I'm like, what the hell are you doing to me, Disney?
Nah. That is, everybody will tell you, it's the best part about being a parent is watching them grow up, and the worst part about being a parent is watching them grow up.
How dare they?
But, I mean,
you know what I wanted to do? I wanted to buy tickets that day.
Yeah.
They hit me in the fields, man, and Coop wasn't even around yet.
Just wait, dude. Just wait.
How dare you, Disney?
I'm telling you, we were sitting there waiting on Main Street, USA, and we were just kind of just chilling there. And I said, Jack, turn to your left.
Yeah.
And, of course, he looks at me, and he turns to the right. He doesn't know left or right yet. And I go, your other left. And here comes Mickey.
Oh, dude.
And, dude, the joy. I'm not going to bother you with the pictures. I could. I'm not going to. But the joy in this kid's face of meeting Mickey Mouse was like, he was amazed.
That's good.
Yeah. So it's. I highly suggest it if you haven't been able to do it with kids. I mean, I know Coop's young. Like, it's a waste of money at this point. But yeah, it was.
We'll
it was
get
neat.
there.
He did get very bratty when we met Captain America. It was late. He needed a nap.
Oh, okay.
He's,
I thought he was gonna say I could take you.
No. Jack's one of these kids who he never needs a nap, which he gets that from me.
Yeah.
And now I'm like, wait till you get older, bud, because Daddy loves naps.
He's gonna catch up.
He hates napping. He's never tired.
It's like Cooper.
It's like you are tired, and you do need a nap.
Yeah.
I know this is gonna sound surprising because
you're being a bit of a D right now.
You've had four tough years on this earth, and you've accumulated a lot of knowledge in that time. But I've accumulated a little more.
Yeah.
I know you need a nap right now. I see it in your eyes.
Take it, damn it.
Oh, being a parent.
Oh.
And then trying to raise him to be an Eagles fan. Did you watch, I know we got a break. Did you watch the Super Bowl with Coop?
No, I was at Cheeky's Pizza.
Oh, that's right. I'm sorry. I forgot.
Watch party, man.
Yeah,
check cleared.
We had to let Jack know when he woke up the next morning that we weren't going to have a parade.
Oh.
And he asked, we still going to have a parade? We're like, no, buddy.
Well, there were morons partying then.
There were. We're not going to join the procession of idiots.
Oh, okay. All right. You didn't want to do that?
No.
All right, we'll discuss. One more segment coming up next right here on The Fanatic.
97.5 The Fanatic.
See DallasStillSucks.com for details.
You know, when the winters are mild, the deals are wild. Gary Barbera knows how to sell a Jeep cheap, not one or two, but a slew.
Holy Jeep!
$199 down or $199 a month. Your radio's not broken. Now, at Barbera's on the Boulevard, Jeep cheap Cherokees,
even new Grand Cherokees,
$199 down or $199 a month. You gotta get your butt to Barbera. Instant credit, come and get it.
Philadelphia's Credit Connection.
Grab that jar of pennies on your porch. Bring it to Gary Barbera's Cheap Jeep Land.
Holy Jeep!
You pay the payment I say, $199 down or $199 a month. If it weren't true, I couldn't say it to you. Gary Barbera's on that big bargain corner of Borbeck and the Boulevard in the great Northeast. I'll say it again, so you know where and when. New Jeep cheap Cherokees, $199 down or $199 a month. Is Barbera the best? Boy, I guess.
All offers on approved credit. Plus tax 452.fee.
Oh, and yes, Gary.
Dallas still sucks.
.com.
Hey, it's Cuz. Get all the thrills of the casino in the palm of your hand with the BetParks Casino and Sportsbook app. It's the only casino and sportsbook app that I'll recommend. Slots, blackjack, roulette, table games. Get them all with BetParks. New users get up to $750 in bonus plus 500 free spins when you sign up right now. Bring the excitement of the casino everywhere you go. Don't forget, new users play now. Get up to $750 in bonus and 500 free spins. All your favorite casino games on the BetParks Casino and Sportsbook app. Got the 21 in PA or New Jersey. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Hey, Sixer fans, it's Matt Cord for the BetParks app, the official winning partner of your Philadelphia 76ers. The BetParks app is fun to use. Build around on what you want right from your phone. It's easy to sign up, great customer service, and faster to win than ever before. Download the BetParks app today. The BetParks app, the official winning partner of your Philadelphia 76ers.
See website for terms and conditions. Must be 21 and in Pennsylvania or New Jersey. Gambling problem? 1-800-GAMBLER.
No, it's Cuz. Don't give up on that New Year's resolution. You don't have to. You can lose a contractually guaranteed 20 to 40 plus pounds in only 40 days with NJ Diet. That's guaranteed weight loss. NJ Diet has a scientific approach, uses your hair, saliva, blood work to personalize solutions and supplements that will help you reset your metabolism, where the side effect is, drum roll, weight loss. Then NJ Diet uses DNA testing to help you keep the weight off. There are no shots, no hormones, no surgery, no prepackaged foods. Ew. Full supervision every step of the way to make sure you're burning fat and not just losing water. Plus, you'll get the doctor's personal email and phone number, locations close by King of Prussia, Cherry Hill, Princeton, or from your home with live online video consultations. Contractually guaranteed weight loss of 20 to 40 plus pounds. Call 855-5NJ-DIET, 855-5NJ-DIET, or schedule your consult by going to NJDiet.com. That's NJDiet.com and lose the weight for good.
O'Reilly. When you need auto parts, O'ReillyAuto.com is just a few clicks away. We offer convenient options for you to get your parts quickly. Order online and pick up for free at your local O'Reilly Auto Parts store. We'll even bring it out curbside. Or you can have your parts delivered right to your door with free shipping on most orders over $35. Visit O'ReillyAuto.com.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Want to win tickets to a Sixers game? All season long, you can find us about town with Corona, proud beer sponsor of the Philadelphia 76ers. Join Jen Scordo and 97.5 The Fanatic Saturday, February 25th, starting at 7:30 p.m. for Sixers pregame action with prize and ticket giveaways at Stove and Tap in Westchester. Enjoy dinner at Stove and Tap, then head downstairs to the Good, Bad, and Ugly Bar for after-dinner drinks. The Stove and Tap Westchester. For details, go to the events page on 97.5thefanatic.com.
It's Cuz. We cannot tell a lie. Your kitchen could use the new look, man. For President's Day, Colonial Marble and Granite is offering 25% off all kitchen countertops, including marble, granite, and quartz, plus 0 down, 0% financing on purchases of $19.99 or more. This offer is history-making. Stop by Colonial Marble and Granite area showroom or call to make an appointment for a free in-home consultation. For details, visit colonialmarble.net today and tell them Cuz sent you.
Prescription products require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if a prescription is appropriate. Restrictions apply. See website for full details and important safety information. Subscription required.
Hey guys, did you know there's a generic form of Viagra that works just the same but is 90% cheaper? And you can get it online? Go to 4hims.com/joy. At Hims, you'll get a free medical consultation and discreet shipping if prescribed. You'll love your results. To start your free online visit, go to 4hims.com/joy. That's FORHIMS.com/JOY.
Chris, this needs to go to Parkville by 3.
Joy to the holiday packages that keep coming at Jimenez Couriers.
It's coming your way, but the drop-off location is changing.
She needs delivery drivers with the gift of punctuality.
Anyone looking to pick up some overtime? Anyone?
Indeed can help her hire great people fast.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. We instantly connect you with quality candidates whose resumes on Indeed match your job description. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
Hi, honey. Happy first day back at work. Can't wait to see you tonight. We are so proud of you.
Daddy, love you.
There are many reasons to start recovery. If you or someone you love is struggling with addiction, we are here to help. Call us. Our trained counselors are available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week to help. Your recovery is within reach. Call 844-REACH-NJ to learn about medication that can support your recovery. A message from the New Jersey Department of Human Services.
Listen to 97.5 The Fanatic everywhere. On Alexa at 975thefanatic.com, the Fanatic app, and now on Odyssey. We're all here for the same reason. Philadelphia sports. 97.5 The Fanatic.
.30, 97.5 The Fanatic. I'm Andrew Salciunas alongside Pat Egan. Final segment for us today. Jamie Lynch coming up next from Chickies and Pizza in Malvern asked us if we had any phones today. The answer is no, Jamie.
Not really. We had we have our Alabama contingent.
Yes, checked in.
Philadelphia South, as we call it.
Look, we've been busy. We've had plenty of content talking about family stuff, crying about the Eagles still, and reacting to the Sixers. By the way, so there was a stretch where you and I every Saturday would kind of touch on the Sixers. Now, obviously, the Eagles and their season, that was the main part of our conversation every single week. Yep. How you feeling? It's All-Star break. Eagles are done, unfortunately. So now we're going to turn the page into, Tuna's Play the Song time. I'm still feeling totally fine.
I feel like that this is the best Sixers team in a long time, and it's still not good enough.
And
because the other teams in the division have improved so much.
Well, they're the third seed, and they're 2.5 games back of the Bucks and 3 back of the Celtics.
You asked me how I felt. I gave you an answer. Are we here to argue, or are you here to listen?
What's 26-7 in their last 33 games?
Yeah, but have you looked at what Boston and Milwaukee have done their last 30 games?
I'm sure they've been better.
That's my point. Is I think that they're good. I think they're a really good team. I just think that there are teams in the division that are better.
So,
and right now, if you're looking at it, they would play Boston in the second round,
Milwaukee in the second round.
Is it Milwaukee now? Okay.
Yeah, because
I think they're better. I don't feel good saying that. It doesn't bring me joy. I'm a damn Sixers season ticket holder, but I look at it. Yeah, they're not good enough. The window might have closed in the sense of,
wow, really?
These other teams I think are deeper. And I think the Sixers are deep. I think the Sixers are deep. They're just not as deep as the other teams.
Oh, it's going to suck.
And by the way, I would love to be wrong. I would find so much joy in that. I live for it.
Of course.
But I can't help how I feel. And I'm having this impure thought.
I'm happy with this team.
I'm happy with it. No, I am. No, I'm happy with this team. Until I'm reminded what Milwaukee and Boston are doing.
And so if the season ended today, right, the Sixers are the third seed. They'd play the Knicks in the first round. We all feel good about that. Round 2, you play the winner of the 2-7 matchup, which is Milwaukee and Miami. I get you always got to give Miami their just due, but, well, then again, there's the play-in tournament. Screw that. Let's just say it ends today.
Play-in tournament's so
Milwaukee versus Miami. The Bucks probably win that series. So you're playing Milwaukee in round 2. And that's the crappy thing about the NBA, that they don't reseed, and I get why they don't, but 2-3 matchup in round 2. It's tough.
It's very tough.
And that's the way it's going to probably end up shaping out unless the Bucks surpass the Celtics, and then it's Sixers Celtics in round 2, which is still a great series.
Yeah, I think right now it was Sixers play the Knicks in round 1.
Round 1, yep.
It's not an easy out.
They
win the series, but it's not going to be the Washington Wizards that rolled over in 5 games.
Toronto, where it might be a gentleman's sweep, but the games are all tight. They didn't really beat up Toronto.
No.
Remember Game 3 came down to the wire.
In fact, they got beat up.
Yeah, thanks, Doc.
Thanks a lot.
But Game 3, Joel Embiid had the game-winning shot. Yep. Game 4, they win. Game 5, they beat them up, but got beat up in the process with the Pascal Siakam elbow to the face.
Yeah, that sucked.
But so that's probably what the Knicks series would be. You're going to win that series.
Yeah, I mean, I think you have a better shot of losing some games in the Knicks series than you did Toronto because
6.
Yeah, I mean, I think
that's not going 7.
I would predict them 6.
I'm going 5.
I'm fine. Look, I'm fine. I'm fine if they win in 6. But my point is, they're not going to be the typical. I think the first round of the NBA, you're easy out. 5-game series,
gentleman's sweep.
We're done. Yeah. And
I get it.
I think the Knicks they're that scrappy team that plays hard.
All right, let me ask you something then. For you to feel better, and I brought this up to Anthony the other day.
Mm-hmm.
I can't wait for them to come back from the All-Star break because their first 6 games, dude, are just ridiculous when it comes to a test. They come out Thursday night, home against the Grizzlies. The next game, Saturday night, home against the Celtics. 3-game home stretch. Third game is against the Heat. Then they play the Heat again 2 days later in Miami. Then they're in Dallas the next day, so back-to-back. And then they're in Milwaukee against the Bucks. Those 6 games, for you to feel good, 4-2? Or are you going 500?
4-2, I'd feel great. I think what it comes down to is they have 2 games against Boston left, 2 games against Milwaukee. If you
want to
play,
see how they play,
yeah, I mean, I want to see how they play.
But if
I'm not even necessarily
that's
saying
a
you have to
murderous
win,
run right there. Grizzlies,
No, it
Celtics,
is.
Heat, back 2 games against the Heat, Mavericks second game of back-to-back, and then the Bucks. Like if they come out, if they go 500, I'm feeling good.
That is you said it perfectly. A murderer's row of a schedule.
Yeah,
I mean, Luka, Kyrie, tough.
Definitely.
Ja, tough. Boston, Milwaukee, like it's Miami. Miami's always give you fits. That's going to be an interesting look. What I worry is if they falter in that stretch, I, as a fan looking for excuses, go, well, they came out of the break sluggish.
Yeah, and then after that, they can win some games.
And they roll on for like 8 straight wins.
It's the Pacers, Timberwolves, Blazers, Wizards, Cavs, which, Cavs are a good team. Hornets, Pacers, Bulls.
Has Joel Embiid said if he's playing or not?
I have not.
I don't
seen
want
anything.
him to play.
I don't want him to play either. And I kind of want him out of spite to not play. Oh, you didn't vote me to be the starter, but now I'm a reserve starter. I'm not playing.
I've always been
screw you, league.
I've always been bubble boy with Joel Embiid in the All-Star game. With his injuries, I've always I remember I did a show one time. The year he made his first All-Star game, I made the point. This is great. I don't want him to play because you have an often injured center. I don't want to put him in a situation where he might get injured in a meaningless game.
Right.
Yes, injuries suck, but if they're in a meaningful game, it's slightly better than if they injure it in a meaningless game.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
I didn't want him to get injured. And luckily, he's never been injured in a game in an All-Star appearance. But the fact that he wasn't voted a starter, okay, use it as motivation, whatever you need, as we talked about earlier. But there's no upside of playing.
There's no reason to play.
If they don't think you're starting material when you're arguably the best player in the league, then move on. Sit this one out.
I agree.
Load management.
I'm with you.
It's like James Harden. Like, oh, they don't think you're an all-star?
Then don't play.
Good.
Yeah. I'm not gonna now come because
if they call you
guys need a few fill-ins.
No, but I'm at the Spearmint Rhino.
Get Mac McClung to play.
Yeah. The Mac attack is back, Jack.
By the way, I'm sorry. With all due respect to him, the slam dunk competition has become a joke. Now, I will say this. Let me say this.
Say it.
Max McClung is probably going to do something. I already said Mac, but then you said Max.
No, I said the Mac attack is back, Jack.
Okay, that tells you how little
it's from the Mighty Ducks.
care. Okay,
nerd.
But Mac McClung will probably do something spectacular.
Probably.
All 4 of the contestants will probably do something spectacular.
Probably.
To no fault of their own, nobody knows who they are. And that's a shame.
So here's what I have a problem with. Kevin Durant goes out when Mac McClung gets named to the dunk contest, and he goes, with all due respect to this kid, what are we doing? I think a lot of people have that sentiment. What are we doing? A G League kid in the All-Star game doing a
They
dunk
literally
contest?
signed him just so he could participate.
Okay, KD.
Then you go do something.
You go do it. Convince LeBron to do it.
Right. How often have we been asking for LeBron to do the slam dunk contest?
Nobody was clamoring for Mac McClung to be in the slam dunk competition.
Right.
But you know what? He answered the call.
Yeah. And good for him.
I don't blame him.
No, good for him.
He is a G League guy who has scraped his way into an NBA something, okay? After a tumultuous college career. If you don't know, he was one of these 5-star kids, went to Georgetown, transferred to Texas Tech, had to scrape and claw his way into a G League roster with the Lakers, and then he signed with the Sixers this year. This is probably going to be the highlight of his career.
And that's awesome.
And I hope that it's not. I hope that he goes on and he becomes a star in the league. But this will probably be it. If you don't like it, KD,
you do something.
You have enough sway. You have enough power in the league. You formed a super team with 2 other guys. Like, you have phone numbers. Call up your buddies and get an actual slam dunk competition.
Yeah, it's like the Redeem team, right? Yeah. And the Dream Team.
Yes.
Where they go, you know what, we're tired of losing.
Let's do something about it. I was out on the slam dunk competition when I think it was Gerald Green won. He blew out
the candle.
A candle, yeah, and was released 2 weeks later. And that's when I was out. Am I going to watch the slam dunk competition with Mac McClung? No. Am I going to see the highlights on Twitter?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. Like, I'll look at the highlights. You're right. Like, at this point, I would like them to do nothing but G League players.
Right.
Because at that point, you're showcasing for the fans out there the G League product that they're probably not aware of. I said this is good for the G League in the sense of there's somebody in Delaware right now who has never been to a Blue Coats game, who is going to watch a slam dunk competition, watch Mac McClung, and when Mac gets sent back down to Delaware, they'll probably go, how much are tickets? $10, $15? Yeah, let's go see him.
Yeah.
And they're going to take their kid to go see Mac McClung. And for the NBA, this is genius because you could have a fringe NBA player who's going to be
But they're not doing it because they're genius.
They're doing it out of necessity.
Yeah, they needed a 4th contestant.
But in a way, yeah, it's smart. I mean, they did the same thing with Derrick Jones Jr., who's turned himself into an NBA player.
Yeah.
But it was the same exact thing. He was a G League player from Miami, and he got signed to the NBA dunk competition. And no one had a problem with that in the area because he was a local kid from Carroll. But we have a problem with Mac McClung because, he's not a local kid. Even though he plays for the local team, he's not a local kid.
Care about Derrick Jones Jr.
No, I mean, at the time when Derrick Jones Jr., it was like, this is great, because, Philadelphia, we're the biggest, we're the smallest big city in the world where it's like you can't. I'm still getting crap for saying Joe Judge is a terrible coach.
Oh, he is
because somebody played something with his cousin and
is
his brother.
Is he the head coach of the Giants still?
Yeah. No, he sucked.
He got fired. He was terrible.
If I say anything bad about Sean McDermott choking every playoff run, I get crap. Like, God forbid you say anything local because somebody knows their brother and cousin. So the NBA and the NHL is having this problem. The All-Star Weekend has become close to unwatchable.
Yeah.
I'm not going to necessarily complain about it because I wasn't going to watch it anyway. There was nothing that was going to make me watch the NBA All-Star Weekend. I use these weekends as a way to cleanse.
To disappear, yeah.
All right, you want to call me a non-sports guy? That's fine.
No, it's not.
I need. I think working.
It is embarrassing though for the league that they don't have a single player of note.
It is.
Now the 3-point contest, they have 3-point shoot. They have Damian Lillard. Like they have guys that I'm excited for.
I brought up with the 3-point shooting. I would love to see three tiers. You have the D3 athlete. You have the NBA player. You might even throw in a G League guy. And then the 3rd or 4th tier, the NBA legend, right?
That'd be awesome, yeah.
So you have Ray Allen. You have Reggie Miller. You have Peja Stojakovic.
Damn right.
50 pounds heavier.
Jason Capono.
Balling out, Jay. Exactly.
He was a winner of the
Absolutely he was. Kyle Korver coming out of retirement.
Yes.
Like that's a skill set that sticks with you, and it's not going to be too like grueling. Like you're not going to dominate.
They'll be tired toward the end of the,
But it would be cool. It would be cool to watch to see them go up.
Or if they even did, instead of going legend, which I actually do like that idea a lot. What if you did like the top 3 point guards? And then the top 3 shooting guards, and then the top 3 small forward, and then you have centers.
And it's convincing them to do it.
And now it's Embiid, Jokic, and whoever the top 3.
Steven Adams.
Yeah. You have those guys shooting.
B-ball Paul.
It's like Ichiro. Ichiro could always hit a home run, right? Remember that whole thing? Whenever he wanted to hit a home run, he could. I'm sure Steven Adams, if he wanted to in an empty gym, could probably hit a couple threes.
Yeah. Get Aaron Baines out here. What's he doing? He's not doing much. Yeah, I would love, I would actually... I'd have a better possibility of watching it if the older players were in it because we've heard how many podcasts have there been where you hear a story about a guy who retells being in the gym when a legend was disrespected and showing the younger guy up. Like the competitive nature of some of these legends would be incredible to see.
Well, Jordan still
a
wants
70-year-old Larry Bird out there.
There was a story that Jordan played with some of the members of the Hornets. It was like a couple of years ago, and he won. Like
he beat him.
Yeah.
There was a story that I recently saw. I don't remember who told it of Larry Bird, and he was training against maybe Jamal Mashburn told it, but somebody said, you haven't hit a jump shot in 9 years. And I want to say it was the Dream Team era because Mashburn was talking about Larry Bird needing to lay down because of his back, and whoever it was a college kid. And Larry Bird went at this dude and hit, and it was basically, according to Mashburn, was telling him what he was going to do.
Yeah.
I'm going to pull left. I'm going to fake right. I'm going to fake right, pull left off the glass. And did it 9 straight times and then said, hey, young fella, feels like 84, doesn't it?
Yeah.
And like the competitive nature would be interesting to see these guys. They're not going to do it.
No.
And you know why? Because the NBA doesn't need to. The NBA knows that they're going to get decent ratings for this because some bar will have it on.
That's true.
You know, like, and John will come in with the ratings being better for All-Star game than the highest rated NHL game. It's like, whatever. I don't care. Watch it if you want. Don't if you don't.
Good luck to Mac McClung.
I hope he wins. I do. I'm cheering for him.
So I want to give you one more stretch in the schedule, and then we're going to get to our man, Tasty Cake Dom. So coming out of the break, right? Grizzlies, Celtics, Heat, Mavericks, Bucks. This is how you close out the season. The last 2 games are Hawks, Nets, which those 2 games should be wins. But you have a pretty tough schedule to end out the year. March 24th, Warriors. Second game of back-to-back. Warriors game 1, Suns game 2. Then you're in Denver. So this is a West Coast trip. Denver 2 days later. Then you come back home, Mavericks, Raptors. Back on the road, Milwaukee. Back home, Boston. And then Miami. And then you got the Hawks and Nets. That's another test. And you know what?
Yeah.
I kind of actually like that they're playing all those tough games at the end of the season.
Yeah, me too.
And it's not like a cakewalk.
Yeah, you're not going to be able to stroll into the playoffs.
Which
Lazy.
Wasn't that?
Happened a couple of years ago.
I feel like last year. Was it last year?
Maybe. Time's a flat circle, Andy.
That's true.
These second round exits just
like
blend together.
Just like the world is flat. Let's go to Tasty Cake.
Okay.
Go ahead.
I was going to say, I just want to, I got the YouTube chat up, and I want to thank T. Effin for listening. Sounds like he's going through some personal stuff, and he had some very nice complimentary things to say about us. So
that's nice.
So I want to thank him for listening, and we appreciate it.
Yeah, that's
all.
That's all.
That's all. I acknowledge it.
Last year, and thank you. Last year was Lakers, Clippers, Suns, Bucks, which is tough. Pistons, Hornets, Cavs, Pacers, Raptors, Pacers, Pistons. Pretty easy way to.
Yeah, it wasn't difficult, was it?
End out the season.
That's a Jared Springer run right there.
So you get a nice little stretch at the end of the year. Let's go to our man, Tasty Cake Dom. Dom, what's going on, brother?
Hey, Andrew. Hey, Pat. How are you?
Dom, you sound better, bud.
Yeah, you sound great today, Dom.
Yeah, I had a really great rehab yesterday because of you, Andrew, because I had the greatest conversation in which, you know, I'm rehabbing and I'm on the bars and the guy across from me is wearing a Phillies hat, Andrew. And in this conversation, I was you and the other guy was me because the guy's wearing a Phillies hat. And I said, man, I'm so excited for the season. And he goes to me, Andrew, there is no baseball anymore. The pitcher doesn't hit.
Oh,
Jesus. Dom, tell that guy to shove it.
I love that he's still rocking the hat, though, but he hates the sport.
Yeah, right?
So I
hope, and you know what? And Dom, that guy will hate watch every single
he's all
inning.
162. Nah, he's a baseball guy, Pat, because he was telling me about the 19 Phillies. Like you could tell that he was a lifelong fan.
He was watching Kid Gleason win 38 games.
Yeah. So my response was to these new rules. You know, you guys know I like just starting 10th inning, starting the guy at second base. What the hell is that?
Right.
I mean, I hate that.
Dom, I got to be honest, I don't hate that because they're not carrying it over to the playoffs.
Yeah, I don't hate it either, but I get what you're saying in terms of the sanctity of the game. And I hate, like, this is the thing that bothers me the most about it, Dom. Not the rule. It's the way they play it. Like, if you get through the top of the 10th, all you should do in the bottom of the 10th is bunt the runner over to the third,
and fly ball.
sack, fly, game over. But nobody knows how to bunt anymore.
Yeah.
It's the circle of life.
But what I said to this guy, Charlie, was if not for the universal DH, right, we don't have one of the greatest. Bryce doesn't play.
Yeah. They do not make the
Bryce
playoffs.
is not the DH. We miss all those historically great Phillies moments only because they changed the rule and there's a universal DH.
Yeah.
That home run against the Padres doesn't happen.
I got to be honest, Dom. I no longer, and I don't know if I ever did. I don't have this clamoring to watch Vicente Padilla take swings at the dish.
But Randy Wolf could hit some home runs.
Yeah, and Cliff Lee was great at it. But you know what? 99% of the pitchers were the automatic out. I don't need to see that.
Well, again, okay, so I don't want to say second level thinking. My reason why I didn't like
third level.
I didn't like the move was from a strategic standpoint. Now all of a sudden it got a lot easier for managers.
It absolutely did, but it was always. I mean, it was
1-1 in the eighth with a guy on third, and one out, and the pitcher's coming up.
Right, you have to figure out. Do I want to have him go out there for one more inning?
I totally get that, but in the American League, they were doing it
absolutely what the guy was saying too.
Yeah, and I understand it, but in the American League, I felt like it was a better product because it's just look, chicks dig the long ball. We always hear that, right? But so do fans. The pitcher hitting was never a really good product.
It made my heart joyful, Andrew, that normally you have to pull my fat ass into the 2000s, and I got to do it to another guy.
That's awesome.
Welcome to the dark side, Dom.
Yeah, I'm glad you had that conversation, Dom. That's cool.
Love you guys.
See you, Dom.
Thanks, Dom.
He does sound good.
He does. He sounds way better.
That's great. So we keep on praying for Dom.
Yeah. He's good people.
So to the Bryce Harper thing, the universal DH.
Yes.
So yeah, he struggled in September and October when he first came back. He batted 196 with 3 home runs,
which I thought he would.
Yeah, I thought he would too.
I was like, look, I know he's crushing the ball in Lehigh Valley, but don't be shocked if he goes over 12.
And I remember his first at bat was bases loaded, and he ropes a 2-run single.
Yep.
And you're like,
he's back.
Wow, he's back. And then he doesn't play well. And then shout out to Miles Michaelis, who hung a curveball, and he blasts it and hits the home run because his first game against the Cardinals, he went 0 for 4. And then the next game, he has the Miles Michaelis home run, and then he just goes on a freaking tear. He had 6 home runs in the postseason, Bryce Harper. And it's all because of that universal DH, man.
Michaelis is one of the best nicknames in sports. He got it from Japan because Japan gives nicknames to all their players. Lizard King. Is
there any reason why?
I have no idea. But it's like how Charlie Manuel is known as Red Devil.
Oh, I thought it was
over in
Fook.
Japan. No, his middle name's Fuqua.
Oh, okay. Because I remember they said it was a very uncomfortable moment at the parade. They were like, "All right, everybody, his name's not Charlie, it's Fook. Let me hear you say Fook." And people were not.
Yeah,
they weren't about it.
No. Surprising.
No, because nobody was really ready for it. Everybody was kind of like, what? But now we know why.
But now, yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's like if you know the backstory. Yeah, Charles Fuqua Manuel Jr.
Oh.
It's a family name.
Okay.
Yeah.
Got to keep it in the family.
I have a buddy whose middle name is Addail. Addail. Family name. Yeah. Got to keep it in the family.
Mine's a family name, too.
Salciunas.
It's Vincent.
Is it?
The middle name.
Okay.
Yeah.
We're learning stuff about each other.
Nothing crazy.
You know what we just did for the last 45 seconds? Distracted people from the Super Bowl.
No, 45 seconds. Last hour and a half.
We tried to do it for the whole show, but...
we got Jamie Lynch coming your way next. Matty Menard, thank you so much for being with us today. You're going to be with Jamie as well. So, Matt, another 3 hours. Jamie from Chickies and Pizza in Malvern, make sure you check him out. Wow, it feels nice to not work tomorrow.
I'll tell you, man. I don't know if the show was good or it sucked. It was one of the two, but we got through it together.
We did. And you're off tomorrow.